Welcome, everybody, to another fabulous Saturday afternoon. My name is Jerry. You're watching 3DHP. I'm in Las Vegas, and I've got people from all around the world that drop in each and every Saturday. We're live streaming on Twitch and YouTube. I've got 4 people in the back room. I'm going to bring them right in. Please follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'd really appreciate it. And I stream anywhere from 2 to 4 hours each and every Saturday. And let me bring in some people in the back room, and we'll get going. And now I'm tired from saying all that. Anyway. Hey, Matt. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. Pretty good.
Awesome. Kenny, hello.
Word.
How is it? Sergio, what's going on?
There we go. Sound.
Excellent.
Hi, everybody.
Excellent. Hello, everybody in chat that's watching. Del Los Logos, Derek in the UK. Hello. I hope you're doing well. Hello, non-fam. Renee, let's see, who else do we have here? Joe Velasco was here at 11 o'clock saying hi. Hello, Joe. 11:08 to be exact. Hello and welcome, everybody. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I will drop the invite link. If I know who you are, I'll let you come in on camera and we can chit-chat about this and that. Everybody's welcome to self-promote anything that you're working on or you're doing. I have no problem with it. If you have a YouTube channel or anything like that, you're welcome to self-promote. And Dusty Knuckles, hello. How are you doing today? And we got people watching on Twitch and YouTube. So anyway, what's new? What's going on? What's everybody been working on all week long? And I don't know. Matt, let's start with you.
I've been on holiday. Well,
cool.
On a holiday.
Don't you have to have a job in order to be on holiday?
No. My parents-in-law took me and my wife, so we went camping. Nothing special, you know.
Oh, okay.
So just went out to the beach, and yeah, it was nice, except the time when bug attack was. It was right before a thunderstorm, and then a whole bunch of bugs started turning up, and I had to flee the campsite. So
yeah, last week everybody's like, "Where's Matt? Where's Matt? Matt's always here. Where's Matt? He's not on."
Dang, yeah, I got the holiday song stuck in my head. Back in the 80s over in Germany.
Kenny, what's new with you, buddy? What's going on?
Hey, man, I got me a resin printer. Woohoo!
Oh, cool. What'd you get?
What'd I get? I think you know.
Uniformation GK2, I think, right?
Yeah,
cool.
Quite possibly.
Very nice.
Haven't broken it out of the box yet because I'm waiting for the rest of my setup, the dryer and the curing machine.
Well, you know, I don't know. Here's something you might want to do. As you unbox it, if you don't want to film a video, take pictures. Because if you ever want to turn that into a video, you can take your pictures and show them and explain it, and you can do a voiceover, and you never know. You might want to, you know, get something going on YouTube with that. Just either film clips or take pictures, and you can always do a voiceover after the fact. Sergio, my friend, how are you? How's it going today?
I'm good, man. Going to a birthday party later, but at the worst time, it's that time of year where I'm super crazy busy, and of course my truck gets rear-ended. And
uh-oh. Is everybody okay?
Yeah, the screen. Yeah, we'll see what the lady was texting.
Oh no!
And yeah, destroyed that back bumper.
Wow.
Yeah, she hit it pretty good. At least she admitted to the officer she was texting, so he gave her a ticket. So.
and a few points on the license, probably.
What's that?
Probably a few points on the license.
Oh yeah, well, probably.
Well, her car's total.
She's a doctor. She can afford it.
Yeah.
Frame's bent. She lost her engine and probably cracked the bell housing on the transmission, so the car's totaled.
Yeah, I think that car. It's an older BMW, but I think it's totaled.
Yeah.
I think they'll total it.
Yeah. Nowadays, it don't take much for them to total it.
Yeah.
And I bumped a lady about 3 or 4 years ago on my truck. She hired me to move furniture from her storage unit back to her house. And when I was pulling out of I don't remember, I was out in Henderson, Nevada, which is in the Vegas Valley. And traffic was clear on the left, clear on the right. She's in the middle lane, just sitting there. She starts to go. I do this and start to accelerate as I'm glancing back and forth. She decided to stay sitting there, and I ran to the back of her, and I bent my bumper into my front tire, which cut the tread off of it. So I had to drive on it, and I done very little damage on her car, and it was like $5,000. I did barely nothing on her car.
Wow.
Or SUV.
I got wiped out in Arizona going to my sister's first mother-in-law's funeral, who really was.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the creative realm dropping in. I'm sorry I'm interrupting, but whenever somebody drops in, I always have to talk over everybody. Creative realm. Hello.
Are you okay? How is everyone?
Go good. Go ahead, Kenny.
Anyways, quick story. So I'm going to this funeral, my sister's first mother-in-law, and it's out in the boonies, out in Bullhead. Let's just call it that. And I'm trying to cross this intersection. I'm at a stop sign, and I'm around like cotton fields, and I don't see anything either direction. I'm in a Chevy HHR. All of a sudden, I pull out, and I got smacked by a Prius on the driver's side. And it totaled my Prius. I mean, I totaled my HHR with a Prius. So,
wow.
Yeah, I know the deal.
Creative Realms, what are you up to today? How you been?
I'm been good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just busy making some robots, to be honest. It was taking a while to start printing.
Yeah, Matt, Creative Realm filmed in for you last week when you wasn't here.
yeah, I saw a few clips. So thank you.
You're welcome, Matt.
Well, actually, he's one of the person who bought and I teach how to 3D print, and I got him his first 3D printer. I think it was your first 3D printer, right? Or was your second? Was it your second 3D printer, or was that your first 3D printer you got off me?
Oh, the Focus. Yeah, that was my second. That was. I had an Anycubic first.
Okay.
But I'll be having another one very, very soon, I reckon.
Yeah, I was up to around 18 3D printers, 15 to 18, and I've sold off my 2 CR10s, my Enders, and most of my printers I've sold off. And I'm considering getting rid of my Prusa Mini because even though the community helped me buy it, I don't need it. I don't use it. My Bamboo Labs does everything I want, or my GDI Fast. So I'm trying to cut down on things that just sit. If they sit there and collect dust and I never use them, there's no reason to keep them. I don't need to say, wow, look what I got. I've already done that for the last however many years, and it's in my videos. So I'm way beyond, looking what I got. So.
See, I think main thing for me now is I need a bigger build plate. That's print bed and stuff. That's my thing now. I need to go bigger.
Okay. Thank you, Sebastian. I appreciate it. And another thing, it's not necessarily how big your channel is. It depends on your personality. So there's some people out there with small channels that might review things that normally would take a larger channel. Depends on the person and how influential they are in social media. So, but thank you for asking, because I've been wanting to review the K1 on my channel. And I've known people that have only been on YouTube for a year, and they have 30, 40, 50,000 subs, and I've been doing it for probably 6 or 7, 8 years, and I've got like 350 videos, but depends on content. If you're just always saying, hey, look what I printed, cool, huh? Like, subscribe, go to the next video. You're not teaching anybody anything. I think in order to be successful on YouTube or any platform, you need to be teaching things to people. They need to learn from what you're doing. And I randomly have videos like that, but not all the time. And yeah, clickbait, I've done that in one video, but I had a thumbnail up. And I noticed that in a lot of people's videos that aren't 3D printed related. You see something in the thumbnail, it's like, wow, I want to see that. And then you go all the way through the video, and that was never even in it. So, yeah, that happens a lot.
Bad
but
YouTube.
anyway. Yeah.
So what's everyone been printing out?
Well, I've been working on a couple things from Laser Maker's Realm. I'll be on there tonight at 6 o'clock as their guest. I'll probably be in the green room for 20 minutes till they bring me in, but they're working on some different keychains and things that they're printing, and I'm going to be on their stream as a guest. So I've worked on them for a few days. I bought a new Chester doors for my bedroom, which is not 3D print related, and in order to, I paid like $120 for it. And then mine I had in my bedroom, which was a big tall upright, I sold for $150. So I paid back myself for the one I just bought and made a little bit of profit. So I've been selling little things here and there.
We haven't
And
lost
wow,
anything, I
Matt, we've
suppose.
never seen that before. Let me make you big there so we can see that. Cool.
Yeah, it's with dual color.
Why don't you print one big enough to
Imperial.
wear? Why don't you print one big enough to wear and hollow out the bottom and make a hat out of it?
I know. This is what I call a Hermes turtle. The Hermes turtle, I call it. So
Nice.
because they have wings on it, you know. So Hermes, like the Greek, is it a god or is it deity? No. What it is?
I think he was a god once. I think he was a god. I think he was a god.
I'm not sure right now. I forgot.
Is there an app on your phone where you can take a picture of something written in some language and it will translate it by seeing it? Or is that not possible? There is?
Yeah, I think so. Google, I think, can do it.
Okay.
And this lithophane is one of its kind. I see nobody else do it before. As you can see, the borders, they have color. I use the triple colored filament silk with regular PLA white filament, and it's all in one piece. I mean, people had. I have to hold on. Take off my light. Whew.
PT3D says hi, Matt, in chat.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, now you see it. Nice.
Hello, PT3D. I don't recognize your name. Hello. Welcome in.
Yeah, I just made a link into my group and my page, so people are probably joining us from my
Pete.
page and my
There's
group.
Pete right there. How you been, Pete? Good to see you. Yeah, I think that's amazing that the P1P went down to $599. They added the camera and the fan to it, from what I've read, and then they came out with the new P1P. I think it's called the S model.
P1S.
P1S has got the enclosure camera fan for $699. So if the P1P is printing great, that's a great price.
Yeah, I like the P1P. I mean, I have no really much trouble with it. In the first month, I did have to adjust a few times the belt, but I figured out that I didn't do it properly the first couple times. So
Dextron Carbon with AMS, I can, in my financial status, I think that's a very expensive printer personally, but it prints almost perfect. Out of every printer I've ever printed with for the last 6 or 7, 8 years, that is Z1 printer at this time. That's almost 100% perfect every print. Sometimes I have a little support damage, but it's almost perfect.
Look at this. I mean, the camera doesn't do it justice because it doesn't. It looks just better when you see it in person. But because it's multicolor, it has to stop every time. And normally with the lithophane, if you stop a print in the middle of the print, the lithophane, then you will have gaps or will have like lines in them with the G-Tag or the Focus or other printers what I've seen. And with the bamboo, you don't have this problem at all.
Like a cold joint, right? Because it cooled down. Okay.
Yeah, and it's awesome.
Matt, I know you missed last Saturday.
Yeah.
But the names, I'm having a brain fart just like you did last week, Jerry, with the name. Hugh
Forge.
Yeah, I know him.
So have you messed with that yet? Matt,
pardon me?
Have you messed with that program yet? Have you tried it out?
No, I did not try it out yet. I have a similar program on Luban called Painting. It's similar to it, but it's quite a bit different. It's similar, but quite a bit different. You don't get the results as with Huge Forge. With Huge Forge, you get better quality right now, as what I can see as with the paint program, what I use right now with Luban. So I did speak to him several times, Huge Forge.
Steve,
yeah. And he's a very nice bloke. And Yeah, I wish him all the best of luck. I mean,
He
I
was
definitely
on
want to
Brentford.
use it, but I don't have the money to right now buy it because I have to save for my trip up where I'm going to, because I'm going on a big, long trip.
We'll wait and see if what happens before you talk about it. I would.
Yeah, I'm waiting for some colors, different colors, some colors that I need to print some of that huge forge stuff. Because I've been printing a lot of kids like decorations for the rooms.
Well, cool. Let me change cameras here so we can see that. That's very cool.
Yeah, this one I did in gold, but I did another one with where the gold is yellow.
Yeah, that's huge forge.
I also did the Sonic and the other one, Knuckles. So I gave us the 3 set to the last week's birthday girl. She turned 5. She loved it.
Somebody's got my coin.
I don't think it's me.
No,
Not
let me
me.
check.
Me?
Matt.
Me? Wow.
Yeah, it's Matt. Okay, Matt, mute yourself on your side till you figure it out.
So yeah, the kids
did.
love it. But the baby who's like 2 years old, her mother told me that she likes. I want to do that little puppy that they have on Huge Porch, the brown one.
Yeah, the one I did that one.
And then a set of these I want to do for her for her room so she can hang them up. She loves the characters.
All those prints that I did for that video, there were like 10 of them. And I didn't show them to Kenny when he came over earlier because they're in my bedroom. When I mounted my TV onto a different wall with a smaller dresser, I took all those huge forged prints and I put them on both sides of the TV on the wall. It's pretty cool. And yeah, I'm 59 years old and I've got cartoons on my wall. So.
I'm 65 and I got Looney Tunes in my living room.
Hey,
okay. Each to their own, I say.
We grew up with cartoons, right? We all grew up with cartoons. Exactly. I know I did.
Is it better now? Can you hear me better?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's fine now.
You must have a broken wire or cable or something.
Yeah, probably. Oh, and I also have called Puppy Cam.
Uh-oh. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, she's sleeping right now.
The only thing I don't like about the P1P, and I do not own a P1P, but that stupid little screen that looks like it's out of a car stereo. I hear it's hard to use. It looks like crap. I don't even like it. I love the cell phone look of my Excellent Carbon, and everything is done wirelessly. So anything I'm not worried about my information going out wherever it is, whatever. I don't care. I slice it. I hit send, and almost instantaneously, it's sent to my printer. So yeah, it works fine.
I have nothing to hide. If you're so worried about your stuff, I mean, then don't use it. But
very cool. And then I heard Quality on the correct me if I'm wrong. I heard on the K1 Quality, if you want to use that same type of program, you got to pay a monthly fee to do that, and then it don't work that well. And you get tons and tons of advertisements that constantly pop up.
Yes,
you have to pay. I would never, ever, ever in a million years pay a monthly fee to use a slicer just to send it to my printer. I can put somebody
jailbroke it, and you can run Clipper on it now. So
okay.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, Joe Glasgow. Hello, Jack. I can act my age when I need to, and then I act however I act the rest of the time. So, real Sam Prentice. Hello, Sam. How are you doing? $80 at the moment. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. I mean, I would love to review that printer, which will probably never happen. But yeah, I don't want to. I can't see paying $80 to run the software.
Ouch.
Let me throw out an invite in case anybody wants to pop in. But sometimes people actually are in chat pop in. Even if it's for 5 minutes, everybody's always welcome to pop in on camera, say hi, chit chat. You don't have to stay here any amount of time.
I missed it. I heard the 80, but what was that again?
About what?
For the
what printer? You got to pay $80 for what?
For the software.
To use the software for the K1. If you want to use it like Bamboo Labs and send it to your printer, you have to pay to use a program to use that software. I don't know the details. I'd have to have somebody actually pop in and on camera and explain that. But From what I understand, you have to pay money to use the program.
Oh, Mr. Prentice. The
Yeah.
real Sam
really?
Prentice.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
You're
and then
talking
I hear
about
there's
if
a lot
you
of
own the printer, right?
yeah.
So you bought the printer and you still got to pay for that license.
If you
It doesn't
want
come.
to,
It doesn't
evidently
come with
you
a
got to
slicer.
evidently you got to pay money to use it if you want to use a slicer to shoot stuff to the printer like you do on the Bamboo. Evidently, I don't know all the details surrounding it, but I've seen a few videos on it, and I think the real Mr. Sam Prentice there has explained it in a couple of his videos also. He has a wonderful channel over on YouTube. He reviews anything and everything, and I recommend everybody go to Sam's channel and please subscribe and all that good stuff. Follow him on socials.
Renee, is it better now, my microphone?
Yeah, seems
Yeah?
to be.
Yeah, it's fine now.
Okay, I changed it again.
Yeah, you
Because
must
it
have.
says static probably.
Well, you replaced the batteries before the stream, so that wasn't it. You don't have a cord hanging somewhere, right? It's all wireless.
No, it's all wired. This is all wired.
All wired. All right.
So
I don't know. Could have a bad cord, maybe.
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe it
a
just
bad
shut down.
connection.
Yeah, shut down and come back in.
Just make sure all the connections are pushed all the way in.
Yeah, probably the cat was bloody behind the computer again, and
There you go.
probably because my dog has a habit of chasing the cat, and sometimes the cat rushes behind the PC because the dog doesn't go behind the PC. So she like darts through it with the cables like halfway hanging over her, you know. So
That's
anyway,
like
I put myself on
whenever
mute.
my wife starts vacuuming, the dogs go into the room, they hide in a corner, and they wait till she's done. They don't like that vacuum.
My dog attacks my vacuum with its teeth and tries to chew it up, and I got to keep yelling at her to get away because I don't want her to tear up the nose of my vacuum cleaner. Anything that makes noise, and here she is. Oh no, she's not. Well, anyway, whenever anything makes noise, if I'm out in the garage, I got to bring them in the house. If I run a skill saw, table saw, she's right there barking at me, so I got to make sure they're in the house.
Yeah. Yeah, most dogs don't like loud noises.
Yeah. Fireworks don't bother them, though. I was at my son's for 4th of July, and they were in the house. I left the TV turned up loud in the living room. They were fine. You know, they didn't freak out or nothing.
Well, guys, it's time for me to start getting ready. So I got to go shower, get dressed. And
Oh, Renee's got a question here for you real quick.
who's that?
On
Hey,
screen.
Sergey. If the cable isn't all the way in. It would work sometimes. Well, it might be another. You got more than one mic?
Sergio, I got a quickie for you.
Uh-huh.
What's your opinion of inspectors?
Uh-huh.
There are some good inspectors. There are some horrible ones. And real quick, before I go, I'll give you one good example. I went 2 days ago so this lady calls me. She says, hey, my air conditioner is not working. It's a house we just purchased. We haven't moved in yet. Can you come take a look? So I get over there and I start looking for the coil. We turn on the air conditioner. We hit the switch and we go over to the furnace and we can't find refrigeration lines. We can't even find the coil. So finally we look, there's a hole in the duct and we look inside, the coil's not there, the refrigeration line's not there. As far as I looked everywhere for a condenser, there's no condensing unit. The lady has no air conditioner. How could the inspector miss that?
Because they never walked in the house. They signed a piece of paper from their car that was halfway across town.
And then half the rooms don't even have vents in them.
Wow.
They took her. And now she
I
wants
just went tankless, and they ran a new 1/2-inch line in my garage. I waited all day yesterday, never seen them. Pulled it up on the city website. It got approved yesterday morning at 10 a.m.
Oh, you're talking about city inspectors.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've had to challenge them a couple times, but
Yeah.
for the most part,
I never
the
saw the
new
guy.
generation of inspectors are pretty good.
You know, or let's say your refrigeration, which you are, and they come out to inspect it, and you're smarter than they are, and all they know is what they read in a book, and they don't have a clue.
I've only had 2 occasions with that where I had to challenge them on something that they were trying to fail me for one thing, and I said, no, that's not right. And
Yeah.
I challenged them and won it. So, but
Okay.
that's that.
Well, I
Guys,
hope you have a wonderful time at your birthday.
I'll have my iPad with me and I'll hop in from the birthday party, but
Awesome.
if I get a chance. So everybody,
Thank you very much for dropping in. You
Have
have
a
a great
good one.
weekend, my friend. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bag of chips. What's going on?
Is anyone
Now we're
expecting an appearance off Scott today? I have a question for him if he does appear.
He may. I'm not sure what he has planned, but I invited like 20 people like I do every week. I get on YouTube Messenger and then I go on Twitch and I message different people the link and I re-invite people every week. So it all depends what other people have going on. You know, Saturday's kind of a bad day for a lot of people.
Yeah, I suppose so, to be fair.
I thought about doing it during the week and then I kind of landed on Saturday at 1:00. So anyway.
Yeah.
Is it the same question what you asked me earlier?
Cooper?
Yeah, it is the same question I asked you earlier, Matt. Driving myself insane with it, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Kitty cat.
I mean, you can ask anyone. Maybe somebody else have. Sam Prentice is
Yeah,
right now here. He probably know.
Does anyone have experience in making tracks for like RC cars or like droids or something? Because I've currently got one in design, but I'm really struggling with designing the tracks. It's really quite
I didn't
complicated.
design them, but I printed TPU tracks out on a couple droids that I've done. I printed them out of TPU, and most of them came out great. And here's a track man himself, the one and only, the Mr. Track Dude, Sam Prentice.
Wow. Look at that. Look at that.
And he's so famous, I'll even put him on the big screen so we can chit chat. How you been,
Look
buddy?
how big this camera is. I've got a new camera. It is huge, and it's right there.
Wide lens.
That is crazy.
Creative Realm, are you just trying to design the tracks from yourself, or are you getting them from someone else?
What's that? What's he trying
I'm
to do?
trying to design them myself, to be honest. I feel a bit more of a sense of accomplishment if I do it myself, but I didn't realise how hard it's actually going to be, to be honest.
Have you ever tried to design tracks yourself from scratch, Sam?
No, I've got people for that.
Yeah.
I'm not that big, Sam. Bloody hell.
It depends what you want to do. And there's, the funny thing was with when we started doing the death races, and when we started doing like track droids, like the track droid I've got in the background here, you can't really see the tracks on it, but it's a fully tracked robot. When we started doing stuff like that, everyone had an opinion on how it should be and all that kind of stuff. And what you find generally is when you have an idea, people are either go with it or they change it, later on. So, you've got to just test out these things and see how they work. But, it is what it is.
Sam, do you have any individual tracks laying around that aren't put together? Any pieces?
Knob question.
Don't worry about it.
I got a knob question. What
Sure.
is a death race? I'm seeing that a lot, but I'm not familiar with it.
Okay. Where do we start with this one? Okay, so long story short, they're a 3D printed, radio-controlled tank-like model that's got a person that sits on it, and it basically moves the controls backwards and forwards. On the back, you have a 25-kilo servo with a plunger on the back of it, and the idea is the head you basically connect, and it's got a kill switch inside of it. So when you knock the head off, it activates the switch, and the idea is to get your boom around and knock off your competitor's head. So that's it in a nutshell. But the really cool thing is that literally today I signed off on some of the giveaways for the East Coast Rep Festival. So we've got
I seen that talked about that rep wrap the last couple of weeks. I keep hearing death race. What is that?
Yeah, so it's really cool. But we had about 30 racers there last year, and there were about 25 that competed. I think we're going to have more this year. But Bamboo Labs give me a printer. Creality have given me a K1 Max to give away, which is pretty staggering. And again, it's all about it. For me, it's really exciting because you get to see what a lot of people are kind of putting time and effort into. And ultimately, what I'm trying to achieve is bettering their experience in the 3D printing world by winning cool stuff. So that's it. They get like a $300 filament voucher. There's a ton of other stuff that comes with it. Big Tree Tech are giving away boards. They're giving away their version of the Pi. They're giving away touch screen, clipper screens, all that kind of stuff. So it's like, for me, it's really exciting because we get to kind of deliver this to, the masses. There's one coming up in the UK. There'll be deaf races in December at Oxford University. And
Wow.
I'm
Ladies
writing
and gentlemen, Scott with Edge of 3D.
Oh, no.
Hey, Scott.
Oh, no.
I just come in to say hi, Sam.
Hello, sweetheart.
He won't even look at the. He won't even
Kenny.
I'm looking at you. Don't worry about it. I know what you're doing. I know you want to stick that.
Kenny,
How
on
long has it
YouTube,
been around?
there's many videos on YouTube, Kenny, from the Midwest Rep Rap or the Rocky Mountain Rep Rap. There's videos of people filmed there. It shows the death racers. It shows them running, what they're doing, and they go around and they check out all the vendors and interview different people. Sam's done it. Scott Edge of 3D was there. He designed the dragsters that they use there along with it with Sam. And there's a ton of videos out there to watch from different creators on YouTube.
Yeah, it's something I haven't looked up yet. I guess I could do that. Sorry.
Okay, guys, can you please stop sending me messages? I have people sending me messages while I'm on air, so otherwise I have to turn off everything,
Well,
Scott,
So popular, Matt. You're so popular. It's
So-
I know.
on top of Sam's good news, everything is signed and done. The contract has been transferred back and forth, and the dragsters will be at the East Coast Rep Rap Festival as an official event there as well.
I'm just gonna mute you.
nice. I'm surprised they're allowing it. It seems like last year they were real strict and didn't want anything that drives around.
Yeah, they want us. The organizers themselves want us there. It's
Nice.
anyway, there's more
Well, yeah.
to it than that, but it's a
They
done
can-
deal. I'm getting all the marketing stuff ready now. So
And you got a light tree coming possibly, right? Small light tree.
yeah,
From the
but honestly, I'm just not 100% into the whole light tree thing. That goes against how we're doing these races.
Okay.
These races are a little kid that stands out there and waves their arms, and that's when the cars go, and then it's people down at the end that argue over who actually crossed the finish line first. And
Okay.
when we start adding in light trees and timing and all that stuff, yeah, I
Takes the
don't
fun out of it.
want to lose the fun. It was like the very last race there at Murph. The guy that won the race actually crossed the center line before he got to the finish line, and you can hear me on one of the videos. Somebody brought that up, and I'm like, no, we're not getting that. They both got across the finish line.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Vincent, 1977, all out dropping in. Hey, Vincent.
I'll
Hey
be
everybody!
right back. My battery
How you
just went dead.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm through mobile because I was fiddling around with Ubuntu and it completely crashed my PC.
Oh no.
So my whole Linux, everything, and my Windows, all my software gone.
Wow.
My drawings, my 3D drawings, what I was doing for the customer, gone.
No. Hey,
Yeah.
you didn't do a backup.
Nope, I was working on it because my backup drive is somewhere still in the boxes.
You said your hard drive died?
No, I was fiddling around. I put in another SSD to install Linux, and
You did
something went
external
wrong and
boot?
tried to install it over my Windows instead of the other SSD.
I remember years ago when I was reformatting a hard drive, I wasn't paying attention and I clicked on the wrong effing drive and I
Yeah,
wiped out the wrong drive.
I think that what happened today.
You can run a recovery program or you can buy them. They kind of work. I used a free one. It kind of works, but there are programs that might go out there and you might be able to recover it.
Yeah, there's nothing to recover because it completely wiped out my drive. I checked it.
Well, did you Google the problem? Maybe there's a solution.
Yeah, I checked it. It completely wiped it.
Okay.
So
That's a shame.
I'm stuck.
I told you
Yeah.
to
Is that
send me the
heartbreaking,
files
that is?
before you remember.
Yeah, I know.
Me to test
I don't
the
know why I'm
files.
having trouble with that link. Every week someone tells me the Discord link isn't working right. Let me go to my Discord and I'll reshare the link that does work. I don't know what's wrong with it.
And my internet is still very slow here, so I'm still waiting until they are installing the fiber.
The level of concentration coming from that big castle over there in Windsor is just amazing me at the moment. Is his screen froze, or is he really concentrating that hard on something?
I know. He's like,
No, mine is frozen.
no, he's just keeping very still.
I think
I think
Sam lost
everything
his
is-
internet.
Everything is frozen.
Something at the moment, actually.
Isn't that song "Everything's Frozen"?
Yeah, everything's frozen.
Yeah, there's a Frozen song out there. Let it be, let it be.
Yeah.
I didn't have Stream Elements loaded. Let me load that up. That's the only place you should be sharing the link to Discord. Timers. 1 second, back room on a different screen.
I'm
talking
going
to
anyway,
them.
guys, because my internet is very crappy, and through my phone,
Right.
it's not working for me.
Yeah, get your computer fixed and go
Yeah.
back to the design.
Thank you
Exactly.
for stopping by. You
Hey,
have an
Ed,
awesome day.
do you have an SD card on one of your printers? Maybe you might have a G code still available.
I've got my first design still in the printer on both of them, so that's lucky. It's still on there, but I was working on a new one because the customer asked me to design a new something for their store.
All right, cool. All right,
So-
well, good luck. If you need any help, let me know.
Here's
Yeah, thank you,
another-
man.
I wanted to Stream Elements and I re-put in my Discord link. Here it is again also. Hello, Pez Liz. Here's my Discord link right there. That one works. I took it straight off Discord.
Hey, Pestless.
Dog's getting ready to bark at me. Wants a cracker. Here you go. Have a cracker. Here, Sandy.
Yeah, let me show you my doggy cam.
You know what, Matt? Every time I've been yours, I haven't once seen the dog, you know. I
Hello,
didn't
Jake.
even
How
know
are
you
you
had
doing
one.
today?
I didn't even know you had a dog, man. That shows how, like, all my concentration goes on your bamboo.
Well, guys, I'm going to have to
Wait.
jump out because I've got a whole bunch of work to get done here for this East Coast deal. I got all the marketing stuff I've got to get finished up and back to them so they can get it on their advertising and stuff. But
Hello, Dave. How you doing today?
Starting
um,
September.
September 30th and October 1st.
All right.
So Sam will be running the Death Racers, and then at the top of the following hour, we'll be running the Dragsters both Saturday and Sunday. We don't have times yet on either one of them. That's still being worked out, but basically wanted to jump on here and let everybody know that the Dragsters are official now. They'll be at the next 4 events. They're not.
Nice.
I'm not taking the Dragsters to Smurf over in Oxford. There's no place to race them there, and it's just too much logistically for me to get them over there. So
Yeah, I was on a different screen. I didn't even know Sam left. I didn't hear him say he left, but I was on a different screen.
He was frozen.
I think his internet dropped out.
Oh, okay.
So
what I wanted to say
Imagine
is,
paying all that for a Starlink and your internet drops out. You'd be gutted, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
thank you very
remember
much, Scott, for popping in. I really appreciate it. You're always welcome.
yeah, like I say, I gotta concentrate on the screen over here and get to work on some other stuff. And anyway, there's Sam answering back on YouTube now. It looks like he did drop out, but anyway, nice seeing everybody. Take care, and we'll catch up to you in a week or two.
Have a great day. Thank you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
See you later, Scott.
yeah, I'm also in the development right now with a new printer with a friend of mine. You guys know him too, but I don't want to give too much away right now. But we're gonna release it. Hopefully, reveal it on the Yeah, 31st of September and the 1st of August then. Hopefully.
Nice. Look forward to seeing what it is. I'm assuming it's a Core XY, right?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
No comment.
Well, anything nowadays
Claim
needs
the
to be at
tips.
least anything nowadays needs to be at least a Core XY. Bed slingers are obsolete as far as I'm concerned.
It will be unique.
Pretty much.
I like that bed slinger.
Definitely not.
Yeah, my vape pipe has been broke for a while. Quite often, I won't light up, and then I got to plug it in, and then it still won't light up, and I click it 6 times, and I got to screw with the connection to get it to work, and it sucks.
I know a person who has like over 100 vapes. He used to sell them, but wow, he just got a whole cupboard full of vapes. And he actually bought one of my printers too.
That's noise. Whoever's moving around stuff.
That's Kenny.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
Not as loud on camera. Well,
Sorry.
No.
I used to. And that's as close as I got.
Okay.
So I used to vape.
Yeah, I smoked 2 packs a day most of my life, and I got to where, other than it being too expensive, you got bad breath, you stink everything up, you have trouble breathing, you're hacking all the time. When I went to vaping, all that went away. This gives off no odor. You don't stink anything up. You can't even smell it once it dissipates. And yeah, I don't cough and hack no more. Yes, it's not air. Of course, it's bad for you, but it's 1,000 times better than cigarettes. And if any commercial says it's worse than cigarettes, that's because the cigarette company paid to have that commercial put out there. Okay.
Go Betty Boast, Lily. Go Betty Boast. Come on.
So, Chad, what's everybody working on this fine weekend? If you have any questions, you'd like to drop in on camera and chit chat or promote yourself, you're welcome to do so. If I know who you are, I'll let you in on camera. Someone I don't know, I may not, just for the simple fact that I've had issues with letting random people pop in on camera.
Yeah, Path Liz, join us if you like.
We're all makers. We all learn from each other, no matter how big or how small we are, whether we stream or don't stream. We never stop learning, and somebody always has something to add or something they did that's different. Bag of Chips is printing a spool holder. Okay. Very cool.
What else I'm printing? I printed some mushrooms.
Holy heck.
Nice.
Yeah, anybody want some shrooms? So
shrooms, dude.
Yeah.
I
still have to like put the key rings on top. I'm waiting on the delivery of the key rings. So it's a 3-colored filament. Some of them, like this one is a 2-colored one. No, looks very nice.
I assume you're using your bamboo?
Yeah, this is all one print.
How many on a plate at a time?
Pardon me?
Dave Gatton, if you're still in chat, when's your next video coming out? I want to see how your camper's coming along. I haven't seen you in a few weeks. I think you said last week it was too hot and you haven't been working on it.
Makes great little containers to put your money in. So I put my coins in there when I go shopping. Like for the trolley, I put my coins in there and just take it out and put it in the trolley.
No, I was saying, how many mushrooms do you do on a plate at one time?
Hey, Matt, read this. Matt, read this comment on screen.
Yeah.
You're a PvP guy.
I do run about 32 bottoms and 16 tops on one plate. My PMP is running slowly than when it was new. Did have a factory reset, but that did not fix it yet. I think if it runs slow and if it's squeaky, like mine is going low but squeaky now, so I have to oil it up and basically loop. Try
I know
TTFE
that
try loop.
whenever you download new firmware, you have to go into your printer settings and readjust everything, let it do its vibration and calibration and all that.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, your print will fail, and you're like, well, what happened? It's been printing perfect. It's because you just updated the firmware and you didn't go in and recalibrate everything.
Yeah, you need to
And if you
recalibrate the whole
technically,
thing.
they say if you pick up the printer and move it to another place, you should recalibrate it also.
Takes 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Guilty.
Now, I run everything at standard mode. I've never had a reason to go into sport or ludicrous.
Yeah,
I think I'll do that when I go out
higher
there.
Yeah, it's very fast at standard.
Yeah, standard. This is the standard I run everything on, and I got a visitor now from my cat too. You can see.
Yeah, we were watching them back there, looking at the printer, saying, "What can I knock off?"
I know.
Cats love to knock things off on the floor.
No, they want
So,
sweet,
Jerry,
both of them.
do you know when you mentioned you did tracks? Where did you find yours? Because I'm trying to design some now, and truthfully, I think it's going to take me way too long. The project's already going to take me long enough.
The tracks that I got was when I was on a Patreon with Michael Badley. He does all the droid stuff that a lot of people buy, and on his files, if you get on his Patreon at $5 a month, you can download different files, and he has his tracks there also that you could download. So technically, you could pay $5, go to his Google Drive, and you could download the tracks to one of them, and then you'd have some tracks to print.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have to be honest. It's
He
going to
has
take
one
for
of
that.
the best tracks, I think.
Michael
Well,
Badley.
yeah, exactly. I'm waiting because I need to design the roller and everything, and I can't really do any of that until I design the track, so I can make sure everything fits. So I think it's just easier to get the tracks from somewhere else, and then I can like work everything off their measurements. It's the
Yeah,
only
you
way I
can
can
base
think
it
to
off of it to see how they did it, and then you can design yours similar. And then there's steel pins. I've either brass pins or steel pins that I would knock in between each track so they would pivot. They pivot on that little steel pin. You buy those off Amazon.
Have you put in tank tracks like on all website? Thanks.
Hello,
Like
guys.
thanks.
Jedi.
I
How are you
haven't
doing
looked
today?
anywhere yet, to be honest. I haven't looked anywhere yet. I've literally just tried designing them straight away myself, and then realised, this isn't going to be as easy as I thought it was.
Yeah, have a look on Fangs and Printables and all that websites.
Another option is to go to yeggi.com, YEGGI.com, and most sites are listed underneath that umbrella, Yeggi. Yeggi's a search engine.
Yeah, I think I have used Yeggi before. It's good, to be honest.
Printables, Yeggi, Fangs, Thingiverse, Cults 3D. There's a lot of different sites.
Does anybody else on Cult 3D have a problem with loading images? Like it will load the first couple and then the next row down, it won't load them?
Yeah,
Not sure.
I have that problem. Yeah,
Thingiverse used to have trouble loading.
Yeah, that too.
But Thingiverse was always running off of a Commodore 64 computer anyway.
Hey, that was my first computer.
I know.
Now they're showing my age.
Dark Jester, hello. I think I know who that is. Am I right, Dark Jester? Is that who I think you are?
I had the first IBM, you know.
Say hi to my son in the chat, Dark Jester.
Cool.
Hi, Jerry's son.
You find similar mushroom STL files on printables. Go 3D prints, he's called. He have a mushroom design what he can download with the eyes. But the ones I have here, those are my own design, the bottoms.
I don't know how you guys do that. I tried it a few times. The free version of CAD, I couldn't do it.
I use.
Actually, you know what? I prefer the free versions over the paid versions. I've got I've got normal CAD. I've also got Fusion 360, and I'd honestly prefer use Tinkercad.
That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
I'd rather use Tinkercad, honestly.
I use
Yeah,
3D Builder.
Tinkercad. I can do a couple of things because that's pretty simple.
Actually, I can use Fusion 360 and stuff. I just think they overcomplicate it a bit too much.
Yeah, well, if you know what you're doing, it's very easy to use that program.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, we don't know how to use that program. That's why it's hard for us to use that program.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I confirmed it. That's my son in chat. I couldn't imagine somebody else had the same handle, Dark Jester. So yeah, it's him.
Oh, Matt, when you showed yours earlier, I still got the one you gave me.
All right.
The
Cool.
turtle. That's pretty off for the turtle.
Yeah, I made a few of them. So this one's gonna be another turtle. So, but I ran out of the same white, so I'm just gonna leave it like this.
All right, Jerry, I got to get this off my chest. Does Creative Realm look like a young George Harrison?
I'm not sure. I'd have to see a picture. I don't remember what George Harrison
Creative Realm. Oh, you mean what a young George Harrison? Guy looks a lot like him.
Oh my God, everyone's camera's gone off on me. There we go. Who is he? Sorry, Harrison.
George Harrison. Yeah, I don't know him. Maybe I've seen him, but
from the
Beatles. Name doesn't
Beatles.
ring a bell. Oh,
The Beatles.
Beatles. All right. Yeah.
Do you know what? I'll take that, Kenny. I appreciate that. I'll take that.
Yeah, he's a missing Beatle.
Better than Ringo or anything, isn't it? So I'm happy with that one.
No, I'm not a big Beatle fan. I prefer.
It's a bit before my time, I must say.
I mean, I listen to Mozart and some of it, and then I listen to heavy metal. I do listen to country music. I listen to techno. I've
Yeah, a bit of everything.
Music. Yeah, what I listen to. Little Madonna, not all of them songs, you know. Some of them are horrific.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mozart, I forgot what the building was in, but the first week I was over in Germany in the Army, they take you on a tour, and I was stationed out in Mannheim, but they said something about Mozart there. Would you know what that is?
He probably played there in the past. I mean, he was very popular in his time, and he was more popular known for his frustration with women, you know. So, but that's where he spent most of his money actually on, I believe. Yeah, I think he became deaf later in life, and he couldn't hear any more the notes, but he still was playing piano and still imagining the notes in his head. And every time he missed the note, he you know, like.
Can you say he was German though, wasn't he?
I think he was Austrian.
I'll have a Google and find out now.
Yeah. I'm not an expert in that, you know.
No, I'll just have a note. Yeah, see, Google contradicts itself a bit. One says Austria, but then if you go onto his actual profile of him, it says German composer, so it kind of contradicts itself a little bit.
Yeah,
my vape pipe
Germany.
keeps dying on me. My vape pipe keeps dying on me, and I have a new battery in it. I've got to plug it back in, get it to light up, unplug it, click it 6 times. It does nothing, so I got to keep plugging it in and playing with the connector, and it keeps doing that. I've been dealing with this for a couple months now, and I haven't broke down and spent another, $20-$30, get to buy new coils, buy a new vape pipe, possibly new batteries, but I constantly keep having trouble with it. It's driving me nuts.
I'm surprised you haven't took it apart yet. It just sounds like you got a loose connection.
It's internal, though. It's not nothing I can fix.
Has it not got no screw holes already? Like, I know the one I had before, it had like a couple of little torque head screws that you could undo and pull all the components out on the inside.
Okay, I'll have to look at it, but I got to stick in the connector when it's plugged into USB, and I got to fiddle with it and then it will light up. And it gives me some other weird numbers. I unplug it, that stays lit up. So I got to open up the bottom so it shuts off, close it again. Try clicking it 6 times, nothing happens. I got to plug it in, mess with the connector, back and forth. Eventually, I'll get it working. That's what I've been screwing with for a very long time now. Right
Sounds
now,
like a cable.
it's something internal, yeah.
So, and you tried another cable, you said?
No, I don't need to charge it because I charge my batteries on a separate charger. But
Yeah,
it does
use the 18650 chargers.
But I got to stick the charging port in it to screw with it to get the pin to work right. And it takes a long time to get it to work.
Oh, it's a pen. Okay,
Something with a pin.
Because them cables, man, cables are cheap.
Yeah,
So
well,
temperamental as well, the cables
it's
can
an
be.
internal problem. I replaced it about a year ago. I had to buy another one that had the same issue. So, but then if you don't buy the same exact one, which this particular model is hard to find, then you got to buy new coils. And then if they ain't the same batteries, then you got to buy new batteries. So more expense, you know.
I wouldn't do that.
Anyway.
I remember when the first, like the bigger vapes come out and stuff like that, and you could upgrade the softwares on them and stuff. You'd plug them into your computer, upgrade all the software. It was crazy. I mean, I had one that was in Bluetooth at one point.
Yeah, I'll have to take it apart, Sebastian, and if I can, and see what's going on with it. Something's up. I have an old pen like this. I guess I could take it apart and experiment before I try to figure out how to take this one apart. And yeah, I've dropped it before, but at least it's got a plastic tank, and thank God I haven't broke the tank. But quite often I got to take tissue and I got to clean this out because it's real oily. Even though the coil is pressed in there tight, it still makes an oily mess out of things quite often. And I'm always in there with tissue, wiping it out, cleaning it out. It runs down the side. It's a constant nightmare. So anyway, if you don't smoke, it's not, you know, I understand it's not your problem, but it's my go-to. I don't drink much. I don't gamble, so I vape. That's my thing.
Same here.
I'm the exact same as well.
I don't need.
So that's why
I've really stopped watching my printer.
I think we all have vices.
Yeah, we all have our demons, I think.
Daddy Wazzy, hello. How are you doing today? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Hey.
Hello, Louise. Yeah, I had a Texas Instrument computer called a T60, I think it was, on a 13-inch black and white TV with a cassette recorder. And I don't remember what I typed, but it said, "Hi, Jerry," and text on the screen. I thought that was the coolest thing years ago. And then in 1991, I bought a 386 used on a thing called the Nifty Nickel, which is like Marketplace here in Vegas. And then right after that, 91, 92 is when I got on the internet, when I first started, when I first knew of the internet. So...
yeah, I think I was on internet 1988, 1989. I think I was first time on the internet.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it until like 91. I think it was 91.
Commodore had their version too. Because I was on it.
I remember AOL. Wow.
Ding, ding. You got mail.
Yeah, my sister had web TV before a computer, where it all ran through a TV set somehow, web TV.
I used to do support for that device.
Okay. I tried for so long to get her to buy a computer. Eventually she did.
I hated that support.
Yeah. Well, support, I think 90% of the time they've got a book in front of them. You say something, they look it up and they read it to you.
I try to stay away from that. I hate scripts.
Yeah.
There you go. I think I showed this a couple of weeks ago, last time when I was on.
Popsicles.
Yeah, melting ice popsicles. I made those. The files for it. Very easy to do.
My son does IT for a major casino here in Vegas. His name is Dark Jester in chat.
I'm going to jump off and get these tracks sorted so I can design the rollers and stuff.
All right.
Alrighty. Well,
have a great day. And you, lovely to see you again. Thanks.
Cheers.
Bye.
Have a great day. See ya.
Bye.
Let me reshare the link. Anybody wants to drop in?
Yeah, let's see some new faces.
Yeah, sometimes we have up to 10 people at a time on camera, sometimes 6 or 7. It varies every week, whether we have a lot of people or we don't. All depends, I guess, what's going on other parts of the internet.
Yeah.
For their daily life.
Yeah, Saturday's always been a kind of a bad day for a lot of people. If they work during the week, the last thing they want to do is go on and hang out on the live stream on Saturday afternoons. But yeah, it's always different.
Did you see the Polymaker sale? What's ahead?
Yeah, it's like 20 or 30% off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even look at Prime Day. I'm so backwards on my bills. I didn't even look at anything on Prime. I can't. That's why I'm selling stuff. I can't afford anything. I'm trying to sell everything.
I was bad on Prime Day. I was real bad.
I sold a dresser yesterday for $150. I've had for like 25 years, right? A big, tall dresser. And then I went to Walmart this morning and I spent $153 that quick buying groceries, and there that money went.
Was that after I left?
No, you left this morning. I went before. I got up at 6 o'clock, set my alarm, got up early. I wanted to go to Walmart before you came over, so I'd done that beforehand.
Oh.
Let me check my.
What I'm gonna do in the next couple of weeks, I'm preparing myself for a special trip. What I'm gonna do, and yeah, can't wait till I get back from that trip to tell you all guys what I have done. I'm gonna make some videos too, probably.
Well, that'd be the whole
pictures.
point. If you go on this trip, you definitely got to film video, take a ton of pictures. Otherwise, the trip is pointless. That's the whole point behind it.
Exactly. And
it's like if you go to the moon, if you don't take a camera, why even go? You have no evidence of anything. Then you can say you're the first person that's ever been on the moon that actually went there. See?
Yeah, but I'm not going to the moon. Trust me. I'm far away.
To the moon, Alice.
To the moon and back. Yeah. Polymaker gonna get me there, right? With the Polymaker rocket.
I think my next one's gonna be Martin the Martian.
All right. Yeah. Kieran Clark did that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kieran. He's over on Maker Deck all the time. He's done a ton of those models from Red Dad Steve, I think it's called, right?
Yeah.
And then Kieran only has one printer, but he has an awful lot of those models he's done. Yeah, Mars.
Where's the earth-shattering boom? What happened to the earth-shattering boom?
Yeah, I'm gonna stream maybe 2 in the next couple weeks also on Maker Deck. I want to get back into it and go back on Charity Maker. But yeah, I'm just gonna do a whole bunch of designs and print them out on Charity Makers probably and Maker Deck, because I can stream to both sides at once. So I do 2 birds with 1 stone. Looking forward to it, talking to Kieran again, because I didn't talk for him for a while, probably like at least 2 months now. And we're going to be printing probably more mushrooms. I doubt I'm going to do more mushrooms. But I'm definitely going to do some more. I want to do some book covers. What's it called? You put them in the book in between. So you know where you layer, where you stop reading. Bookmark. Yeah, bookmark. I'm going to make some bookmarks, what I want to design. I have some already. They're like little worms. Let's see where they are. Somewhere hidden here.
Got a picture I want to show you guys if I can find it here. Okay, here's a picture of my new maker friend that came over this morning. Proof that he was here.
Oh, God.
That's Kenny.
Yeah.
Oh, I moved them already up there, I think. Up in the box because I got ready.
Yeah, Gary. Yeah, it's slow. We had Sam Prentice on here earlier. Scott was on here. We had 3 or 4 people drop off. They had things they had to do. It's a kind of a slow day, I guess. But you never know who might pop in. I do like 20 invites every week. Go ahead, Matt.
No, I packed them already away because I'm going to a fair where I'm gonna sell some of my stuff, what I've been printing, and show some of my stuff off, and hopefully get a few things sold so I can support my charity, basically, you know, what I do with Changes, they're called. It's a mental health charity. And what I do is I print like those little tiny cups for them. And that's an award for a person who comes to the charity and reads from their book. Basically, it's like a book club what the charity created. And I do the awards for the charity for free, of course. And this is where my money goes into. Whatever I sell, or I'm probably like 300 quid in debt.
Hey, Dusty Knuckles, I think you're drunk. Well, you only got one letter wrong, I guess.
So I'm looking forward to recuperate some of it, you know. So
just got home from a buffet. I bet you're full. Yeah, I love buffets.
Nice.
They used to be all over Vegas, and they're slowly coming back everywhere.
All you can eat. I used to say I'm on an all-you-can-eat diet.
Station Casino used to have the best.
Station Casino?
Thank you.
Where I used to go to. Well, I used to go to
not the best, but
the Cannery used to have a good buffet. And I've never been to the one at Caesars. I want to go, but I can't take my wife there because she don't eat much. And their buffet is high-end and very expensive.
It was not a buffet, but I used to go to El Cortez. I used to get tickets and coupon tickets and for lobster surf and turf meal, you know. And it was so nice. I'll get a prime rib meal. Oh yeah, prime rib. Oh man, I kind of fancy a prime rib right now.
Yeah, the Wicked Spoon, I guess. I've never eaten there, but I've seen videos. I love watching food videos on YouTube, especially every morning when I wake up. I get on YouTube, I grab my Monster Energy drink, preferably orange, sit on the couch, and I watch food videos from different people, different buffets, different places all over the country. And there's a food eater. His name is Joel Hansen. If anybody's heard of Joel Hansen, that will do food challenges. And you wouldn't believe how much food this guy can eat in a half hour to an hour. Stuff that might take me a week to eat, and I can eat a lot, and he can put it away so quick it's crazy. And he's skinny. He's a real skinny buff dude. And I can't imagine he keeps that on. I'm assuming if you're a professional food eater, after the fact, you got to go throw up. I don't think you'd want to keep on that extra 10 or 15 pounds all at once and then look, be in that kind of shape. So,
Well, look at Joey Chestnut, you know.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is.
4th of July, the hot dog guy. They do the hot dog.
Yeah.
Nathan's.
Yeah, it's crazy how much food somebody can eat. I heard years ago in Vegas, one of the rock stations had a contest, and somebody either drank 1 or 2, I think it was 1 gallon of milk. He downed the whole thing, and it killed him. I guess he drowned himself somehow. So come out and play. Hello, how are you doing today? Sam's Town, I used to go there a lot. I used to live across the street from Sam's Town. It's on my end of town, that way about 10 miles probably. And I've never had their breakfast buffet.
What this 3 casinos called when you go to Los Angeles? What's it called? Down the interstate.
Whiskey Pete?
Yeah, Whiskey
Pete.
Yeah, Prima Donna. I used to go there and eat there too sometimes, and I used to go bowling there, and because I knew some people who worked there, and so
I love Asian buffets. Probably my favorite buffet of all would be an Asian buffet, and I've tried many.
yeah. If I go to America, I'm definitely gonna eat a prime rib. Oh,
You're hung up on prime rib, huh?
yeah, horseradish. That's the bloodier, that's the better, almost.
Digital Dragon, hello. How are you doing today?
I miss a lot of food from America, and I do miss a lot of German food too. You know, like knödels, like German dumplings. I miss those things. Hey,
Good schnitzel's always
Dragon.
good.
Hello, Tripod.
Yeah, but the real schnitzel is made from veal. So if people
Seen some
frown
videos
upon
on
it,
Brazilian steakhouses, but I've
baby
never
cow,
eaten one.
So most schnitzel, I think, is done with just regular cow or with pork. It's what we used to do, my mom and I. Yeah. I like pork schnitzels.
At 6 p.m. Pacific today, I'll be on the Laser Makers realm at some point. I'll be in the green room probably for 20 or 30 minutes, but they're going to Rich, Steve, and no, why can't I think of his name? All three guys are going to be together, and they're going to be doing some projects with keychains that they're cutting out on their different diode lasers with their Lasermatic 10. And I've done a few projects too, and I'll be on there. But I'll be in the back room, but I will be there. So that's 6 p.m. Pacific. Patrick, Steve, and Rich. There I go. So I'm bad on names.
Patrick looks like he's got some nice stuff.
Yeah,
Nice
a
equipment.
lot of nice, expensive equipment.
Mm-hmm.
That UV laser he got recently, it's big like a regular Galvo, what I would consider big, and it cost an arm and a leg, I guess, and it was only 5 watt. And I'm thinking, why is it only 5 watt? But then Rich said, with that UV laser, you can put stuff inside crystal. You know, where it's got like an image. You go to a flea market or something, they got a picture of you or a dog or an animal right in the middle, and you can turn it and look at it. It's in the center of the acrylic. It's like, wow. I
would love to do something like that.
Yeah. Very neat. At least that's what Rich says. It's very neat, very cool. And Tripod that's in chat has a lot of lasers, and he has, I believe it's 100 watt. Is that a Galvo Tripod? I think it's 100 watt Galvo. I don't know much about those type of lasers. I just have diode lasers.
So you don't miss your CO2?
It's a K40. I love CO2 lasers, and I want a bigger one. It was too small for me. You can only do things that are 8x12. It's a very small area. So if I get a bigger Omtech or something in the future, I want it to be at least 12 by 24 by 36, something good size. It needs to be bigger. Yeah, it's 100 watt fiber Galvo, he says.
Yeah, that's what stopped me from getting one of those, was the size.
And he has a 20 watt, I guess. If I don't share this on screen, since I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch, and if you're on Twitch, you can't see the comments. If you're on YouTube, you can't see the comments from other platforms. So if I don't throw them up on screen, then people are like, what are you talking about? We don't see that in chat. The type of laser I would like, which I think is a Galvo, is I want to take a brass coin like Trevor did from Navarre 3D, and I want to engrave into the coin so it looks like a $50. That's the type of laser I would like to have, and I believe that's a Galvo.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
If anybody would like to drop in a chit chat, I'll share out the link again.
Yeah, Tripod, join us, please. If you like.
Yeah, Midwest, we get a lot of terrible weather, earthquakes and flooding, and it's been horrible. I feel sorry for anybody that lives in those areas and have to deal with earthquakes and all that crap. Not earthquakes, tornadoes and flooding. I don't know why I said earthquake. Earthquakes is a rare event.
Yeah.
I've been in the
Oh, almost.
museum. I was in the big Northridge earthquake in Los Angeles. Wow. I mean, that was an experience. So.
Yeah, that one police officer on his motorcycle was on an off ramp, and the off ramp disappeared. That's a shame. He didn't survive it.
Damn.
When they had that earthquake.
I don't know. I saw so much destruction on TV. It was kind of depressing. So, I mean, many people lost their lives. So,
well, one of these days there'll be another big one. It always is going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, like in the movie Superman, you know, where California goes into the ocean, and then you right beach resort property. You're in Las Vegas then.
Yeah, an earthquake that big, the move a landmass like that, I think it would completely devastate Nevada, Las Vegas. Everything would be crumbled because it'd have to be so severe.
Sorry, guys.
What's in Los Angeles? I think that Northridge was it.
Oakland.
Was it 1993 or 94, I think.
I don't know. Google's your friend.
7.2. 8.2 it was.
We had a Seymour earthquake was in the 70s. I went through that. That was fun.
Hey, Kenny, do you have cameras on your house to monitor things?
Yes.
You should look at your cameras and see if that inspector ever came.
She did. My wife did, and she never spotted him. I think he came because I think he parked next door and just walked up to the thing, and the camera didn't catch it.
Oh, got binoculars. Yep, looks good.
Yeah. Now Prime can't close my garage door for some reason. Second time. And they can't leave unless they can close the garage door.
Yeah, like I said when you were here, if I raise mine too high, the cable comes off the spool on one side. Then when I go to lower it, it comes down crooked and it'll tear itself apart. So I've got to stop a foot short from going all the way up. And I have two springs, and I'm thinking the tension must be wrong on one of my springs. That's why that roller, it gets slack in it when it goes up too high. Another side's fine. One side it unhooks itself. Let me hear, Matt. Let me pull you up on big screen there.
Yeah, I made some containers. So I'm going to take them with me onto the fair, and I'm just going to put my mushrooms inside. So it looks like I have like a mushroom store, like, you know, and I can stack them too if I wanted to. So, yeah, I think I'm going to make a lower tray and put some mushrooms in there. That looks perfectly in there, you know, like how when you go into the grocery shop and you see the mushrooms lined up and all that. Yeah, like that almost. I want to do that.
Mushrooms that you buy at the store that, you know, in the vegetable department, whatever, produce department, are they supposed to be refrigerated?
Yeah, mostly they last longer. But
okay, so I know you're not supposed to wash them because it'll make them rubbery. Because I have a pizza, I bought a Walmart brand pizza. I buy them occasionally; they're real good. But I always add mushrooms to them. I buy sliced mushrooms, dump it on it when I throw them in the oven.
I mean, as soon as you put the film off, the plastic off top, because then the gases get released, and then air gets to it, and of course it goes bad mushrooms, you know. Mute him again.
What are you messing with, Kenny? What's wrong?
I thought she knocked on the door when she just came back, and I thought she was knocking on the door.
Put them in a paper bag.
That's a good idea.
Here's the funny part. I don't think I have a paper bag in my house anymore.
Paper bag, all right.
Just plastic bags. You get canned mushrooms? All right. Okay.
I like mushrooms. They're nice.
Yeah, they're in that cardboard container wrapped in cellophane, you know, the way they come.
Yeah.
Store them in a
I
cool
like
place.
stuffed mushrooms.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, the cheese
With bacon.
and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, the stuff. Yeah, I mean, oh God.
Yeah, I got some battered ones I bought frozen. They're not pre-made. They're not stuffed. I throw them in my air fryer. I love my air fryer. Microwave number 1, air fryer number 2.
Why we always talk about food?
I don't know. It happens all the time. Somebody brings it up.
I know. We're
Well,
hungry. I'm getting hungry.
I'm retired
again.
and fat, so food is in my head all the time, and 3D printing and food.
Yeah.
Now, I have heard that you can 3D print food. I mean,
Yeah.
actual edible food.
Yeah.
True?
Yeah.
Because my
We've seen it. Loyal Moses did one not too long ago with pancakes.
Numeric, hello. Thanks for coming by.
He did pancakes.
oh,
So, and
Yeah.
also there's chocolate maker.
Doing good, my friend.
Past Liz is actually, I think, getting a chocolate maker right now.
Pancake pot.
wow. But
Yeah, right now in Vegas it says it's 111 degrees out. And since I'm retired from construction, where I had to work in the heat year after year after year, right now when I go outside and it's 111, I turn around and come back in the house.
Cocoa press, yeah, exactly. She's gonna eat all the chocolate. There's not gonna be nothing left. She's gonna be underneath there and going directly in.
You can't see it, can you?
It's all white.
113 Henderson
113, okay.
in Henderson. Just so everybody knows, Jerry and I are both in the Vegas Valley, and he's probably about 35 minutes from me.
Yeah, I
I'm
live
on
on
the-
one
I'm on
side
the
of the
south-
valley. He lives on the other side, both on the same end of town, but well, the same. I think we're both on the east side. So if you're in Henderson, I'm up
Right.
north. Cool, Vince. I'm glad you got the filament. Hope you're happy with it. Yeah, Vince won last weekend. And he already got his filament.
Cool. Yeah, I got some filament today. Anycubic. I filled out a questionnaire on that Pharma page or group, and I didn't even know it was Anycubic. It just says, "Please enter this questionnaire." And
Yeah, I didn't even know they had filament actually.
so yes, it's expensive, but hard to get also.
By the
When I
way,
first-
Jerry.
What?
By the way, Jerry, I told the wife about that little car that you want to sell me.
No.
I'm tempted.
Yeah, I could say it needs a lot of prep work and post processing, but it's all printed. It's all there.
It is cool. And it's all there.
Yeah, I probably printed out of either FDM printed, PETG, or resin printed all the parts. You would just have to go on Colts 3D, pay $8 to buy the files. That way you have the paperwork you can print out on how to build it. If you want to reprint any parts at 250% scale, you'd have the files and the music files in there. And you can put lights in it. It explains how to do all that in the PDF. So I've got everything printed. So
That's firm, right? I gotta
it's negotiable with you. Let me look and see what I'm asking online for it.
I'm also waiting on some Polymaker filament to come in because I'm. How many rolls I have? I have like 3 half rolls and 2 full ones, but they're all colored ones. But I have no white left except the silky white I have left. So
the Ghostbuster Ecto 1 on Marketplace, I got it listed for $360 local pickup. I put that on my Etsy store for $500 free shipping because it'll cost an arm and a leg to ship that across America.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I listed it for $500. Yeah, you can. I got listed it for $360. You can have it for $300 if you're interested. And we could go through everything out on the table. That way you can see every single part printed out. Because the way you looked at it, we just kind of looked in the boxes. I could take everything out and explain it. There's a lot of post-processing that needs to be done, but the car is printed. You just have to clean up parts, sand it, and go from there. But yeah, I think
you got to show that on the. Have you ever shown that on the show?
Yeah. In the past, I have at some point, and I got a couple videos on it. When I was printing everything, I done a bunch of videos when I was building it, even though I never finished it. So on my channel, if you wanted to show your wife, you can go look up the videos where I was making it. She's gonna go.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Man, it's so tempting. That's not
Yeah.
fair.
yeah, the car itself took 12 rolls of filament. And the reason it took so many rolls is because all your parts have all those supports you've got to break off. So it burned up a ton of filament just in supports to print all the parts. So
Yeah, you used a lot of G-Tech filament, didn't you?
yeah, it was a lot of G-Tech filament at that time, and then a lot of resin, etc. Yeah, Dark Jester says buy it, you won't regret it.
Yeah, tell my wife that.
Yeah, my wife doesn't have any hobbies, but she does have a lot of purses and shoes. That's why I always make the comment, well, how many shoes and purses does your wife have? Because every Christmas she always wants another purse. I'm thinking, well, what happened to the one from a year or two ago? You haven't went anywhere, haven't done nothing. Why do you want a new one? But I don't get it. I mean, when it comes to us guys, we want what we want, and a lot of times the women don't want much. And then when they do, we like, why? You already have this. And they say, well, look at what you got. So I understand it goes two ways.
Yeah. Each of us have their own unique things, what we fancy and want, and what we think we might need. So,
yeah, I only know of one other person, the Sandla, I can't pronounce his channel, but I could find the link, where he built this car at the same scale, and his lights work and makes noise, and they blinks, and it plays Ghostbusters, and he completely finished it 100%. And then about the time he started building his, when I bought the same files and I started printing mine, doing the same thing he was, but he finished his and I never did finish mine.
Did you ever see on
I'll be right
Adam's
back.
channel where he built one from, I guess it's a subscription kit? I mean, it's not 3D, but it's a subscription kit of that vehicle. Did you ever see that?
Not on that car, but I've heard of the subscription kit for the Millennium Falcon, where you get like a magazine every month or two.
Yeah.
It's got a couple parts in it. You build that, and you got to keep subscribing. And after like 3 years of subscribing, you can build the whole thing. But I don't know if the company went under or there was something that happened with the Millennium Falcon. I can't think of what that's called, but they're metal. They screw together. It's really cool. It's really big. But yeah, there's a lot of companies like that.
Yep.
So.
And anybody on here that does Metal Earth, I feel for you because I can't do Metal Earth.
Think you're getting ready to make a big purchase? You're going to get married? Are you single and you're getting married, Jack?
Laundromat.
Oh, a laundromat. Okay. Well, that'd be interesting. You'd be the landlord of a laundromat. You make a lot of money, I guess, if it's the right neighborhood. And I think you live in Louisiana, right, Jack? I'm not going to say California yet. I got that out of my head, but I think it's Louisiana. Jack popped in last week. Jack does a lot of YouTube videos. He does a lot of stuff with his fiber lasers. He doesn't talk much in his videos, but he does a lot of stuff with his fiber lasers. I think we should do a giveaway. I've been on for an hour and a half. I think we should do a Ziltech giveaway. Let me pull up Ziltech's website. We'll check that out real quick, and then we'll do a giveaway. Let me share my screen here. Oh, Charlotte. Okay. North Carolina. Been married 29 years. Wow. Congratulations. Share screen. Okay, screen popping up. Here's Ziltech's website, ziltech.com. They have aluminum extrusion, electronics, all kinds of anything and everything. They have at least one 3D printer. They do sell some resin. I don't recommend the resin. I tried it when it first came out. As far as for filament, they've got ABS PET G, big 5 kilogram spools, which I don't like. They're kind of hard to manage being so big. They have all kinds of colors of PLA filament. They sell Big Tree Tech boards. They only ship U.S. Their filament is made by their company, but it comes out of China. So the owner of Ziltech has a plant in China that makes a filament that they ship to the U.S. and they sell. And I do have a lot of Ziltech filament on hand. Between Ziltech and Polymaker, I prefer Polymaker, but Ziltech, I've never had no trouble with their filament. And each and every week for 3 weeks in a row out of the month, Ziltech allows me to give away a roll of each, a USA only. But lately, that's why it says if you look down below, if you won in the last 2 months, don't enter, because there's been a lot of repeat people enter. So if you won in the last 2 months, have me do a redraw. If you win, and I congratulate you, and then I go check my list after the stream, when you email me, I'll verify your real name with a chart that they sent me. And if you've won within the last 2 months, you cannot re-win. So I would have to do a redraw the following weekend. So, because they're getting tired of the same people winning over and over and over. It doesn't benefit them to give away free filament if they aren't getting new people trying out their products. Let me pull up the giveaway tool. Here's the StreamYard giveaway tool. We got 14 people entered. How do you enter the giveaway? You type that in chat. If you're in the USA, you type in hashtag Ziltech like that in. And then if you win, you go to, and you're in chat, you got to be present to win. You'll go to ziltech.com, pick out a color and a type of filament that you want. Give me your name and mailing address. I will contact my rep Monday, and they will ship it right out. And that's
you're talking about in the chat, right?
If they're present in chat, yeah. You got to be present to win. Kenny,
No, I mean, no, where you put it in on chat.
Yeah, you just type that in chat. Hashtag Ziltech. Just type in hashtag Ziltech, like you see on the screen there in chat. Yeah, they don't ship to Canada, but if you know somebody in the U.S. and you win numeric, you can have it shipped to your friend in the U.S. So you can still win. It just has to go to somebody that you know in the U.S. So I need their mailing information with what type of filament and color they want. I think the only time they ship to Canada is if you have a large order or something. You have to work that out with the company. And if anybody, here's a way around the 2 month thing. If anybody has won within the last 2 months and you win again, just have it shipped to somebody else or give me a different person's name at the same address. Because a lot of times a man and his wife might both 3D print, and if the man has won but the wife hasn't, and she 3D prints, what can come to her name? That way the name don't pop up and keep repeating. But let me turn off that banner real quick.
Hey, Westy1.
And we got 16 entries, and let's do a drawing for one roll of PLA, ABS, or PETG from Ziltech. Winner must go to a USA address. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Big money, big money, big money.
Let it be me, let it be me, let it be me.
Dark Jester, are you in chat, Dark Jester?
Congratulations. YouTube, he's on YouTube.
Yep.
Dark Jester, I saw him not too long ago.
Yep, I just seen him.
Oh, there he is, Dark Jester.
Yep.
Congratulations, right, Dark Jester. Go to ziltech.com, pick out a type of filament, give me your mailing information, and we'll get it sent right out to you. Congratulations. And close that window.
See, big money doesn't always work.
Cool.
Oh, Vegas trick.
And I think that was my third giveaway for this month. Let me check my calendar here. Come on, calendar, pop up. Yep, that was my third giveaway. So my next giveaway will be next month. The 22nd and 29th, I'll be streaming, but they only allow me to give away 3 rolls a month. So if I have any giveaways next Saturday, it won't be from Ziltech. Someone else might donate to the stream for the next 2 Saturdays on giving away something. I'm not sure at this point, but I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can find something somebody wants to donate. But congratulations, and yeah, that was cool.
I know it'd be cool to donate, an awesome print.
My 2,500 subscriber, like a year ago or whenever it was that I had that giveaway, I gave away a ton of stuff from many companies, and I even gave away $100 credit from a designer online that does really amazing work. You can buy any of his models $100 worth, and the person that won never claimed it. So the designer never had to give out the models. Yeah. The person in chat, maybe they weren't into 3D printing, but they never contacted me to claim their $100 gift towards STL files. And I have given away STL files, and a lot of times people, they don't seem to be interested. But I know a few companies that have allowed me whenever I want, I can randomly give away their files, and I just don't do it because I feel like I'm taking advantage of the company by randomly giving away their stuff. So
I got plenty of room on my NAS.
okay. Yeah. I know a few designers that allow me to do giveaways here and there when I ask them, so I just contact them.
Well, I was going to give you my NAS address.
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that next week. I'll see if I'll contact somebody. Maybe we can do a giveaway because an STL giveaway would be worldwide. Yeah, that's right, non-fam. That's the channel right there. Lysandria, like he's hard to pronounce. Write that name down if you would, Kenny. He done the Ecto 1 and he finished it and done a perfect job. And I even have the bucks. The plastic bucks is what you put in a form. What do you call those? Form molding machine. You take the ABS plastic and it molds it over your form. You can make window glass for this out of plastic. Yeah, I can't pronounce that, but you can go to his website on YouTube. He does all kinds of. Oh, here's the link right here. Click on that link right there in chat. Thank you, non-fam. Just click on that link and you can see his Ecto 1 that he finished. I don't think you can click on it in StreamYard. You'll have to go to YouTube and look at that in my live stream on YouTube. And you can just click on the link. Thank you, non-fam. And then I have all my printing process I did on this Ecto 1. I have videos for it way back when. I think it was like 3 years ago that I printed all that. I just never finished it. Hello, Zach. How you doing today, my friend?
I'm waiting on a T-shirt soon. What I'm getting from Polymaker.
Yeah, a vacuum heat press former. Sorry, Matt. A vacuum heat press former. I got the plastic bucks printed so you could actually mold the window glass and the windshield for this car. I printed those also. And I even started. Go ahead.
Sorry. I'm waiting on a T-shirt, actually a couple of T-shirts. One from Mad Farmer and one from Polymaker. And I try to collect from everybody some T-shirts. So if you're out there and you're willing to send me a T-shirt, please do so. Like tripod, wink, wink. I pay shipping if you want to.
Yeah, if I had a tripod T-shirt that was like a 4X, I'd even wear it on my stream once in a while. But I do have his coffee cup. So Tripod did send me some things a long time ago, and I do have a coffee cup that says Tripod's Garage. I share occasionally.
Because I would love to wear it online. I do have some Honey Badger ones, but I can't wear them all the time. I mostly wear them when I go to the Honey Badger show,
Yeah, I won one from Honey Badger a long time ago, and since I'm fat, I gave it to my wife, and she wears it. So,
yeah, they're actually developing a new logo, I think, now. So it's hologram now. Been a while like that, I think. I didn't pay attention to that when they changed the logo because I mostly pay attention to what they're saying or what they're doing,
Yeah,
James has. Yeah,
I don't think my Teespring store is still running on YouTube, but on Twitch it's got that one store where you have things. I need to go back on there, put my new logo on there, and then at some point in the future, I need to get a new banner made, like the one on screen right here.
Yeah.
To replace the other one up above. So, yeah, Nick Harbor did a great job on that. He's done work for Tripod, Sam Prentice, Edutech, a lot of different people. Nick has done a lot of great designs.
Yeah, I need to do something like that too. I want to do something to cover this side up, and maybe I'm just gonna keep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the one and only Zach from Zachary 3D Prints.
Yay.
Hey,
hello, guys.
Today, buddy?
Hey, Zachary.
Hey, hi. How you all
Thank
doing?
you for stopping in, my friend. How you been?
Warm. As you can see, I've got a fan here. It's cool.
A fan.
Fan.
At least somebody likes you.
Yeah, it's blowing cool air all the time. It's pretty hot. It's like 28 degrees still.
Wow, that
inside.
was my internet. Did you guys see him freeze or no? Because my internet just went blank. All my cameras went down and came back on.
Wait a
Okay.
second, my fan just arrived.
Sounds like a brownout.
Yeah, my fan just arrived. I have to talk to it now.
Yeah.
In Vegas, I get throughout the years I've lived here, I get glitches where my power might blink, but it doesn't actually go out. But I think it was like last week it went out for like 2 hours, and boy, that sucked.
Yeah, up there too. Dinner night, like 2 days ago.
It was like a week ago, and it went out for a couple hours. The whole area was out for like 2 hours. It was in the dark,
No,
so I had a flashlight, and then I had to go find a second light for my wife, and just sitting on the couch doing nothing at night in the dark. So.
Oh no. I could think of a few things to do at night.
Yeah, the summertime we get brownouts.
Was brown out?
Brownout
when the power
is
goes out.
power goes out just like for a split second.
We
Just
we don't
just
we don't
long
have
enough
that much.
Just long
Or
enough
things
you
start
got to
blinking.
reprogram everything in the house. Your clocks and microwave and whatever. You got to reprogram everything. Reset the time.
We have a very decent power source all the time. Hardly have every brownouts.
Kenny, are you in a 1-story, 2-story house? Okay, good. Yeah, 2-story. It'll be 2 air conditioners, and your bill will be a hell of a lot higher.
The main split's constantly running, but that thing doesn't hardly use any power.
Yeah.
I haven't gone there in like 2 days.
Are there any reasonable? Well, my garage doesn't get that hot in the summer. It's well insulated. I got the door insulated. It gets warm out there, but not so bad that you can't tolerate it. So I have no reason to ever want to put a mini split in.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I want to get some battery backups for my bamboos. I only need 2, so.
Which one are you going to look for?
What's it called? The units?
APC?
PCU? Yeah, APC, yeah.
That'd be scary having a tornado come near your house. Trying to find somewhere to hide and hope you don't lose everything you own.
Yeah. That's what just happened to, what's his name? From Hot Makes.
Yeah, well, it took part of his roof off, but it didn't level his building. It just ripped off part of the roof where the rain came flooding in,
That's
soaking
enough?
everything.
That's enough. I mean, you lost
Well,
all
no,
of his
enough.
stuff.
What would have been really bad if a tornado would have just taken away all the apartments, and then he has nothing. So, but at least he's had rain damage. It could have been worse.
Caleb, yes.
Caleb,
Thank
yeah.
you, Tripod. Caleb.
Oh, Caleb. Oh.
Yeah. I felt sorry for him.
Caleb or Geary, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Oh, shh. You don't mention his name, Gary.
Yeah.
Why not? Something secret?
Yeah.
I always thought
Nobody
Geary
knows
was
that
somebody
he's
else, but it wasn't who I thought it was.
No, he always places Robota voice over it, and you have to watch Hot Makes. I mean, it's a show by itself. So
4 o'clock Pacific, Hot Makes. Jim has different makes from around, different people on that he interviews, and he has different makes, good and bad prints that people post around the net. And then Geary is a voice like this that pops in on camera, and you never know who the voice is. He has a robot voice, so it's a voice changer, and he talks in the background.
What was it? Not Gary or Gary, something like that?
Geary, yeah.
I know Hot Makes. I try to drop in sometimes, but it's Monday late for me, so
Yeah, 4 p.m. Pacific.
it's like
an
1 or
hour
2
and 15
a.m.
minutes from right now. An hour and 15 minutes in the future from right now. Because right here in Vegas is 2:43. Where is it we were at, Zach?
It's now 23:41. So 14 minutes to 12.
11:41, okay.
So
Yeah,
PM.
military time drives me nuts, so I don't use it, and I got to sit there and try to think about it in my mind and go to 1, and I got to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and add it up to figure out what time it is.
I'm sorry, Jerry.
Yeah.
I wanted to say something, and now I'm totally a mind blur.
Yeah, I know. I interrupt people all the time. My wife yells at me for that.
How dare you?
When I talk to my sister on the phone, she gets mad at me most of the time, but she's getting ready to say something, and I start talking, and she gets mad at me on the phone for interrupting her. I said, I can't see you. How do I know when you're going to talk? We're on the phone. So anyway.
Oh yeah, if you go to Hot Mix, bring a banana for scale.
Yeah.
I don't have a banana for scale. I don't have them.
But here's the body on that car I can show you guys, I guess.
Tom Lama, he made a banana for scale.
Yeah, I know. I have seen those.
That is an interesting place of his. I saw it this morning.
Here's that Ghostbuster car. Here's the body. I have every single thing printed for it. I just don't have it all built. It needs a lot of post-processing. The roof rack is just sitting on the top, but it needs a lot of work, but I have everything printed. All the headlights, taillights are printed out of clear resin, so when you put bulbs behind them, they'll light up whatever color, or they can be reprinted. I've got the doors. I have everything but the glass that goes in it, which would be plastic. I got the bucks for making it, but I don't have a vacuum former to mold them. But yeah, it's big.
It looks great already, Jerry.
Yeah, it's 3 foot long.
Not today, Jerry.
Okay.
I just spent money with you this morning, Jerry.
Yeah, I know. You said you were interested. I'll let you have a turn.
I know. I mean, I grew up with Saturday Night
Just
Live.
waiting on drop it. I'm not that old. I don't plan on dropping it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm 90, but in my head I am 20, but I'm actually 44.
Yeah, I just turned 59 last month, and it's like, wow, time is flying. I feel like I'm in my 30s. Well, I think like I'm in my 30s, but I don't look like I'm in my 30s anymore.
No?
Well,
I thought you were in your 30s.
Yeah, when I'm not online, if I'm not watching Netflix, I have Alexa behind me playing Metallica, Lady Gaga, or something like that. I play all kinds of music. And I crank it up.
And that can be cool too. I'm not going to object to that. It's cool.
Okay. She is talented. Just like what's her face? Shiley. I mean, as much as she's gone through, she's actually got a great voice for singing. Or
who, Miley Cyrus? Yeah.
For all the shit she's been through and all that, she
had something. She had some kind of throat surgery or something recently, and her voice got deeper, I guess. But yeah, she got a great voice.
Wow. I didn't know that.
And then the actors are on strike with all the writers, so it looks like any new shows that might be coming out or you watch weekly may not be on for quite a while because that's going to kind of shut everything down.
But Jerry, there is room to watch other series as well.
Yeah.
You can catch up with that.
You ever heard of the Great Outdoors life itself?
You know, being retired, I've got Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu. What else? There's one other one I can't think of. I mean, I flip through so many channels. I watch anything that's any good that's sci-fi related action type series. I binge watch. So whenever something comes out and there's a couple seasons, I watch 5 or 6 episodes a day for 2 or 3 days, and I watch all of them and get caught up. And I've seen like everything. So I have trouble finding stuff to watch every day. So go ahead, Kenny.
And then Costner's killing Yellowstone. That really,
Yeah, I like Yellowstone.
Yeah. This is the next episodes that come out. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And mine's going to be done this next week.
Yeah, I watch Mayans.
Snowfall ended.
Sons of Anarchy was better than Mayans, but Mayans is good. But Sons of Anarchy, I think, was better. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the one and only, the guy that invented the baby belt printer. And he has a parrot. His name is Rob.
He invented what?
Rob Meek, what's going on, buddy?
Hey guys,
Hey,
not much.
Rob.
How you
Hey.
doing? Hey.
How are you doing?
Good, thanks. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Great. Okay.
Kenny, do you know Rob? Kenny?
No.
Okay, let me make him bigger, and he can tell everybody who he is if nobody knows.
Hi, Kenny. Hey, I'm sorry. I was just out working in the yard. I'm all, not
Grungy.
great looking. Grungy. Yeah, that's a great word for it. No,
Hello, Matt.
I've been doing baby belt stuff mostly, but I've also done some tool changers and stuff like that. Hey, Josh. So I don't know if you've seen these around. The baby belts,
Ooh.
little belt printer. Costs about $100 to make. This is actually an old version at this point. They're even easier to print now.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're just fun little belt printers. Yeah. So that's what I've been working on the last couple of
That
years.
looks
mostly.
great.
This
Rob.
show's getting dangerous, man, on the pocketbook.
Like I said, it's only about $100 to make.
No, well, you didn't see earlier. You just joined. Jerry's got something too. He's got the Ecto, so just.
Oh, my Ecto 1. Kenny came over this morning, and he bought my Uniformation GK2 8K resin printer, and I got to meet him in person this morning. And then he's seen my 3-foot Ecto 1. He's like, wow. So,
My mouth went what?
But I guess in real life, then this Ecto looks way bigger, right?
It was impressive.
Yeah,
well,
I can
it's
imagine.
3 foot long. It's painted white, but it still needs to be sanded. It needs a lot of body work. It's not done. It's a junkyard dog, but all the parts are there. It just needs to be put back together and finished.
I mean, as a shell, it's a shell right now, but I was still impressed.
Baby Belt Daddy. Yep, that's him.
Man, so it's $100 kit, huh?
If you buy the kit from me, which is currently not available because I'm bouncing back and getting my life back in order from a illness, which I'm like, every time I say this, I'm more recovered than I was, but getting back. Yeah.
He was bitten by a tick.
I had Rocky Mountain spotted fever and Lyme for about 5 months. Didn't know it.
Ow.
Yeah. Did some damage. Lost some hearing, joint pain, very tired. But I'm mostly back,
Great to hear.
Well, thanks. Yeah. But that's true. But I have fun. I had that big plywood box in the corner there. That is a large format 3D printer. That was an ERF 2018. So I'd like to think, a joke at least, that I've brought the biggest and smallest printers to ERF. Because that used to be a large format. It was like 8 heads or 9 head tool changers back in 2018, before E3D even was selling theirs. So yeah.
Well, you seem like a guy to ask this because this was brought up earlier in our call today. Seeing what you have in the background, what's your thoughts on sling beds with bamboo and the technology the way it's gone? Do you think sling beds are still going to stick around much longer?
Bed slinger.
Bed slinger, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Like Prusas or Enders.
No, like Reality and the clones.
Yeah. Well, Crowleys are clones of Prusas, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, to be brutally honest. Bed slingers, especially larger format printers, bed slingers are better than Core XY because the belt length is not as bendy and stretchy at that point. There can be cheaper to make. I think bed slingers are going to be around for a while. The high performance smaller printer realm, I think everything's going to go to Core XY or at least HBot, something like that. Probably Core XY.
Yeah.
Hey, Red Light, how you doing today?
Hey, Red Light.
What about faster slingers? Like maybe put in the high-end motors in there.
Yeah, slingers are better for bigger printers. Because the Core XY, the belt path is a lot longer. So when you start,
I know. I built a rat rig.
Oh, you built a rat rig? Yeah. Sorry, my son's asking if he can have an ice cream sandwich. He handed me his bribery one too. But
Yeah, you only can have one if I get one.
well, come here, Matt, and I'll give you one.
Just push
Okay.
it to the screen.
Anybody that comes to my house can have an ice cream sandwich. But it's interesting. It's who knows if there's not going to be other designs that come out that make a Core XY obsolete. I don't know.
Yeah.
Talking about ice cream sandwiches, because they're typically so small. When I grab them out of the freezer, when I have them, I always grab 2 at a time. I never grab one; I always grab 2. And then you got to
one
lick
is not
down the
enough.
side. As they melt, you got to lick it all the way around down the side before you start eating it. Anyway.
That's cool,
There you
Matt.
Akuma Mod, the resin god, has a bed slinger. I'm surprised. Because I thought you got away from all, you mainly got away from 3D printers, but you're probably doing it for a review.
You get a bamboo too?
Jerry, no more food talk. Yeah.
Sorry, were you guys saying something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one is a waste of time. I agree, Jack. Got to have 2. And don't ever buy Reese's miniatures. You throw them in the fridge, you get them cold, so they're not melty, and you can't just eat a couple. You sit there and you eat half the bag, and you start feeling like, oh no, I ate too many. Got to, but yeah.
You remember the Reese's ice cream thing?
Oh yeah.
I don't even know if they still make those, but oh man, those things were delicious.
We just got over here Reese's Buttercups like 2-3 years ago over here, or 5 years ago here in the UK. But before that, you had to go to a specialty store to get Reese's Buttercups over here.
Hey Dixon, long time, buddy. How you been?
What I used to do is I put them in the freezer, and then I take like a mallet, and then I crunch them up into almost a powder, and then I put them over ice cream and over that. That's very nice.
Matt, Costco selling Reader Sport. Or Rider Sport? I'm not probably saying it right. Reader Sport?
Ritter Sport.
Yeah, Ritter Sport.
Ritter Sport. Yeah, Ritter Sport.
I mean, I started in Germany. I should know how to say it, and I can't say it.
Yeah.
Probably because But yeah, Costco is distributing it now.
My dad's from Germany.
Popular. I like Milka.
I used to have an Sam's Club card, but I only went there like once a year because I can't afford to go there because you buy too much stuff. It's too expensive when you've got to buy in bulk. So I dropped it, and I'm going to be getting a Costco card probably sometime in the near future because I bought a couple of I got new phones on my son's plan for me and the wife, and I guess we get a gift card for $200 for Costco. So I might buy a membership with it, but I'll more than likely just go there and spend it because if you buy a membership, well, then you got to go there and buy stuff. And it's out in Henderson, the closest one to me. I'm sure you know where that is, Kenny. I don't know, but it's around Sunset.
There's one in Summerlin that should be closer to you.
No, not Summerlin's way across town. Yeah, 95 freeway is not far from me. And then I just go in a straight line to Henderson. I think it's at Sunset. I think it's Sunset and 95. That's where the Galleria Mall and all that. I think that's where
Down by us.
they have Costco. So. But yeah, Summerlin's all the way west, as far as you can go, way across the valley.
They didn't think it was that far from you.
I used to live on Charleston Boulevard and what's this street called?
Bruce.
No, that's where I worked. Bruce Street.
That's a Hunter's district.
Yeah. Huntridge is Maryland Parkway, but yeah, it's right down the street from that.
Charleston and
Red Light that's in chat. He was out here last year with his wife, or I forget if it was for a convention or something. But I went downtown.
Antelope Way.
They came up here and got to see all my junk.
Yeah, Charleston Antelope Way. I used to live there. That's
Antelope Way across town.
Yeah.
Impressive junk, Jerry. Impressive junk.
Yeah. Well, everybody that's ever walked in my hobby room, they go, "Huh?"
Hey, Dixon.
It always happens because they're like, "What?"
I can imagine that everything that you have standing there in your office or your studio has
That's
a
just one
story
corner.
to it.
He's got 2 rooms.
Yeah, I got another room with stuff in boxes. It's just packed in boxes because I had to rotate stuff, so I put it in boxes and put different stuff up. And Yeah, I got tons of stuff. It's not displayed in other rooms, but it's in boxes.
So always, new stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
His stuff has stuff.
I'm not a professional at anything I do, but I've done a lot of 3D printing. I've done a ton of resin printing, but I don't consider myself a professional. I've just done a lot of it. So my way might not always be the right way, but yeah, I've done a lot.
Hey, it's still looking cool. At least.
Like I said earlier, I'm working with a special person together, and together he's gonna build a machine. I came up with the idea, and he's gonna release it on September in Murph, I think what it's called. So, and the name will be soon released once we have a prototype ready. So,
ladies and gentlemen, we've got the one and the only. We got the laser dude himself, Tripod's Garage.
Yeah. Is that why I'm in now? The laser dude?
How you doing?
Yeah, you're the laser dude. Food lasering guy.
Pew pew pew
pew pew pew pew pew pew pew.
That's laser, right?
Well, I have the Elegoo that's Neptune 4 that's being reviewed for this week right now, and then it's the Wiki Cloud after that. So laser. So that's a pretty fast bed slinger, and actually does. Unlike the Solvol SV07, actually produces great quality.
Nice.
So fast and quality. You know, it's after I did that Solvol SV07 video, man, it seems like I'm the only one that trashed that printer. And others, they had, you can see that there were bad prints, and they just glossed over them. I'm like, okay, whatever.
I've always heard that I haven't tried the SV07, but I've always heard that's a great printer. It's like a little Prusa. But
everyone's just said how great it is, and hey, you know what? I could have gotten a bad one, whatever, but they didn't communicate with me, and they don't communicate with me. It's not my job. I get it out of the box, and you know what? Unless there's a broken part, I don't contact any of these manufacturers. You know, so if a print, especially for a 3D printer, it's just supposed to flip and print, right? Yeah. If he sent to me like ComMarker did, said this is a beta. That that fiber laser was 1 out of 5, and that was a prototype. They said, please, they left a message in there and an email. If there's any issues, please reach out to us. Solvol never did that. So if they include that in their offering for an email or whatever, when they contact me, I don't bring it out. I don't openly say, you know what, this is my experience, and I got to broadcast my experience. So, sorry. Well, no, I'm not sorry. I'm not apologizing for it.
Sorry for not sorry.
Yeah, because that's one thing you never do is apologize for something like that. And I just see more and more videos being released, and it's all very positive. And it's like, okay, well, either, and like I just watched 3D Print Generals, and he bashed their slicer. And yeah, me and him were the only one that bashed the slicer.
Is that a Cura slicer with a jacket from Solvol on it?
Yeah, they skinned it. Jack, that is a 16 by 22 for the plasma. That plasma right there. Yeah. Daddy Wazzy found the leg. Nice. It was tasty.
I've got
because I watched all the videos after I was done with mine. I never watched the videos before mine because I want to make sure that my thoughts are mine. But yeah, I mean, this is like the Solvol competitor, 07, and it's far superior in every which way, except for it doesn't have Wi-Fi. So, which is odd. It's such a cheap chip to put in these things now that you should at least offer Wi-Fi. I mean, it has a LAN port, but you're really restricting a lot of people because a lot of people rely on Wi-Fi, especially for printers.
I mean, if I would put Clipper on one of the printers nowadays, those Raspberry Pis, this is the 3B and it has Wi-Fi on it, so I'm using the Wi-Fi option instead of the LAN.
Well, and people don't want to be running network cables throughout everywhere. And that's one thing I still haven't done was in the garage run a network cable, and I want to really redo the whole network in the whole house.
Yeah, usually for my computers, I'm always using the wires, but for things like this, I'm switching to Wi-Fi because why not?
Well, just to get Clipper to show up on that laptop, I shared the Wi-Fi to the Ethernet and plugged it in. So that way I can see the Clipper GUI on the web browser.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not too bad of a machine. I mean, for what, $250, you're getting it's small. You're getting a lot of machine for that price.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I've got the SV06, and I do need to say that this one is even faster than the Creality Ender 3S1 Pro. I printed those guitar picks. I started Creality first, and then I think like 50 minutes later I started the Solvo, and the Solvo was finished sooner.
The thing is I had pretty high hopes for that ugly SV07 machine out of the box, and it was just, I'm like, anytime I think it's going to be easy review, it never is. I mean, I printed 40 benchies for that thing. It's like, and I still got questioned, during you could have done this. No, I shouldn't have to tinker with anything to get it to work. I'm done. I think we're well beyond that stage now.
Yeah.
They should work out of the box. I'm sorry. Tighten some eccentric nuts, level the bed, and print.
Exactly. Yeah. If you have to do too much corrections or adding stuff or changing anything, it's not what the customer is going to buy.
No, well, and the thing is that's where
I want that my printer works out of the box.
You should have done this
easy to use.
Hey, John, how close has a tornado came to your house that you know of?
It was about 3. No, actually, the one hit was about 2 miles away.
Wow.
Close.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't enough. I mean, it blew signs off of buildings and stuff.
Hey, Hack Monkey.
Well, yeah. But no, I think here's the problem with when someone says that I could have done this, this, and this, right? Sure. You know what? He's like, the person said, you have the experience and you should have done it. I said, no, why should I? Is it in the manual for me to do it? No, you are dictating that this is what every new customer should be doing. No. If I buy a new truck off the lot and
you won't expect it to work.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the AC knob breaks off. Oh, you should just, super glue the piece back together. No, you should be contacting the replacement part. Oh, no. Everyone always says, just, like the Ender 3 Pros, they are known to not have a very nice bed, right? It's always warped. Oh, just buy a sheet of glass and put it on there. No, contact the manufacturer, make them keep on sending out new ones. It's the only way you're going to get a better product at the end.
I mean, that's why the Focus was so popular too, that it was easy to set up and you just downloaded the version of Cura and it would work.
Yeah.
Well, what happened with Focus now?
Not sure yet.
Because the Facebook group is very silent. Only the users are responding, but nobody actually.
Well, that's the same thing with Kaiwu, right? Kaiwu just dropped off the map for the last year.
Yeah, really? Wow.
Yeah, their Twitter has been dormant for a year. So,
I'd like to add something to what Tripod said. My first 3D printer almost killed the hobby for me because it had so many problems.
Yeah.
That's
And,
terrible.
and it was a 10 log 2 hands. If you ever heard the 10 logs.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're beyond the tinkering stage now with these. They've evolved where that you should have. And plus,
Ready to
these
go.
manufacturers from the beginning has advertised out-of-the-box functionality.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They
Plug
don't-
and play. I want it going to be plug and play. I want even that when I put a filament roll inside or attached to the printer, that it automatically detects the filament roll and knows what color it is.
Yeah.
And know what
That would be
temperature
nice,
it
yeah.
takes. I mean,
Well-
all what they need to do is for the companies do an RSE, this REF code inside what it's
Well,
called.
that's what the Bamboo does.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
well, I would like for Bamboo to just do one more thing with that to evolve it, being able to reprogram the customer, be able to reprogram it if they respool it
Yes.
and say it's now full and it's this color.
Yeah.
That's what I like. So I
Yeah,
like
just a small option. Yeah.
I'd like to talk to Hack Monkey said that the SV07 has been a mixed bag. The only other review out there besides mine was 3D Print General at the end, pretty much bashing it, but he still gave it a plus at the end. You know, Aurora Tech had a list, long laundry list, but still did a recommendation to buy it. And I haven't said in the last 2 years, I've just said in my videos, hopefully I've given enough information, positive and negative, for you to come to your own conclusion if to buy it or not. This has been, besides the CR6 SE, that's how long it's been. I haven't said do not buy. And that was one that I said do not buy.
Yeah.
Diamondback nozzles. Has anybody tried Diamondback nozzles?
I have
You
one.
know, you
I haven't
know,
installed
tripod. What would be even easier, instead of reprogramming it, when you buy the refill spool, that you get an REC tag with it. A
But people
small
are
little
respooling
sticker.
their own stuff, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does
yeah, yeah.
anybody
From a
remember
5 or
DaVinci?
10 kilo roll.
The DaVinci printers that had the RFID coded locked filament with them that you had to buy DaVinci brand filament.
Oh,
And it was like those
I've heard
HP
of those.
ink cartridges that like,
Mm.
oh no, this HP ink cartridge is expired, or you got this
Yeah,
your
yeah.
HP Instant Ink and not from Walmart, and your printer's set up for HP Instant Ink, and now we're going to brick your printer. DaVinci did the same thing with 3D printing with filament spools, and it was a super common mod when they came out to reflash the firmware to an open source Marlin to get rid of that, because otherwise you pick up an Elegoo, or not Elegoo, but like Printed Solid or any other brand of filament, and you put it in there and you hit print and it goes, no, I can't do that, I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
So they did what you guys are talking about, and I am no.
I had this the Sculpto Pro 2, and they said on the site or on the instruction manual that if you are using different kind of filament, that your warranty gets void if you are using different filament.
Well, that would be stupid. Filament's pretty much filament. That'd be completely stupid.
Oh, I had to watch
Use
that.
it-
Yeah, but
Professor's videos.
I bought the printer myself, and I said to the person from the what's it called, the customer service, I said I want to send this printer back and want a refund, because I want to have the ability to take other filaments that are for me better suitable, instead of getting warranty void because I'm using not Sculpto filament.
I think GTEC did the same thing like 3-4 years ago with which printer was it? Me Creator, that one. The one that you only use their filament because otherwise your warranty was off. I think they even wrote it in the piece of paper what came with the printer.
Mhm.
So I think it's ridiculous. You should be able to take any type of filament from any company, especially if it's PLA and PETG and TPU.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I can imagine as brand that you want to, promote your own filament, that that's good for the printer, but find a way that people can use other brands as filament as well for your printer that you are selling, or else you will get people or customers that drop off.
Exactly.
Well, it was because just the inkjet industry was up in arms with all these refill kits.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, that's because per ounce you're more expensive than almost anything on the planet besides eye drops. So, I mean, literally, and super glue per ounce.
That is, and the fluid for those inkjet printers is even more expensive than normal fuel, or here in the Netherlands at least.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Well,
I mean, and when you
got
buy
an
a new
eco-
cartridge, how much is there in the cartridge?
I got an eco tank.
Tripod. The 2 rolls of Prusa that you won on my stream a couple months ago. Did you ever order it? Prusa filament?
Oh no, I didn't.
3D Print World donated a code for 2 rolls.
I gotta do that. I totally forgot to do that.
Okay.
Because I had to prepare for a Brit coming here and stuff, and then my fence blew down. Oh, it was a pretty bad month.
Yeah, he was on earlier, but his internet went down, so he wasn't on that long.
Yeah. But
All right. I got something else to throw at you guys. This could be interesting. Okay.
Well,
you know how this kind of thing took off many years ago?
Oh, yeah.
That's the only one I got. Okay. That's Jeff Dunham. Okay. That's the only one I got. I don't collect
Sam
them.
Prentice has a couple hundred of those. In his bag.
Oh yeah.
Why can't we come out as makers and make that kind of money?
Yes, you can. You just have to have the right idea. But
I know.
everybody wants to have.
Yeah, we can make Jerry.
Yeah, a million cherries.
Diamondback. Have you tried them?
I won this on my bot's stream, and he's like, "No, John, you have to take it." I said, "No, re-gift it." He said, "Everyone on the stream said, no, you have to take it."
Yeah, you have to take it, John.
No, I got enough stuff.
But you have it.
What was that one nozzle with an emerald in it? Red emerald?
Ruby.
The ruby, yeah.
Yeah, I've always heard those are expensive crap, but I've never tried one.
I tried one.
I
This
rarely
from
filter
Brussels?
enough nozzles. I mean, so
I broke mine on the end.
So that actually brings up the Funko Pop thing. Brings up an interesting thing, Kenny, where I've gotten into a lot of discussions with people online about licensing for STLs. I see everywhere people are selling non-commercial STLs without attribution, without anything, and they're like, "Well, you put it online. Why didn't you want it to be sold?" You know. And so I'm spending my time and my filament to do it, and it's, there's a lot of people are getting entitled, thinking that, hey, it's on the internet. I don't have to pay anything for it. I can do whatever I want with this.
well, from Rob, there's only one rebuttal to this, because I totally agree with you. This is what a lot of people hate about me, is I do the other side thing as well, because I'm like, I totally agree with you. If someone comes to you and does an order for that model, say 100 pieces for something they see on Thingiverse, right? Would you print it for them if they paid you?
They pay you for the time and filament.
If it was 100 models of something that somebody else made, I would ask them to contact the artist.
Okay,
and get permission.
fair enough.
Or you
That's actually the
contact
best
the artist
answer
before you do it.
I've received, and now I agree with you on that one.
Well, thank you.
Because if I didn't get that answer out of you, I would probably do it. So because it's, you know what? I'm just printing it for someone else. I have no rhyme or reason why they're asking for it. It's none of my business. So, but now that you bring up that, that's a good rebuttal. So I agree with you on that one too.
My Ghostbuster car that I'm selling tripod for $300 early, but on Etsy I want $500 because the shipping and it's so damn big.
Yeah, I heard you talking about it.
Whoever buys it needs to go to Colts, like I mentioned, spend $8, buy the files. So if they want to reprint anything, have the paperwork, have the actual files, whatever, they have the rights to it because they went and paid $8 and bought it. me selling the physical model doesn't give me the right to sell the digital copy to go with it. So
Absolutely. And
Fair
you
enough.
paid
Yeah.
for the model, so you have the licensing fee depending on how you bought it for
Yeah.
a print to be sold or
Well,
something like that. Yeah.
when I do a one-off of anything, I don't think there's anybody out there other than a few people that have Patreons where they might get critical, and I'm not going to name them, but most people don't care if you sell a one-off. If you printed it for yourself, like I have so much stuff, as you know, I have a lot of stuff. If I ever want to sell any one thing, I always give credit on Etsy or wherever to where that came from and who designed it, and I say this is a one-off. So then there should never be a problem with somebody saying, oh, he's selling my work. No, I'm selling one that I made for myself that I might have done a video on, and now I don't want it. I'm not selling multiple. And if I wanted to sell multiple, then I'll contact the designer, tell them what I want to do, and see what they have to say about it before I do it.
Unless the licensing's already there, that you buy that model and you have infinite that you can sell.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, printables. I mean, you can click a button and it tells you which STL files are all commercial license and all that is.
Richard, you're right.
There's only one. Huh?
For
Well,
example,
Richard said about me, yeah, I'll still do it because I am literally, it's not, if someone says, hey, you printed it, yeah, I printed it, but here's the person that I printed it for.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying that there is, for me, it's the customer, not me. I'm just a manufacturer, right? So the liability comes with the customer that, that gave me the design to print.
you also get things like around here. I live out in the country in the middle of nowhere, but 3D printers are starting to pick up around here. And like I've gone to a hardware store about an hour from my house, and they had 3D printed stuff for sale, like handmade 3D printed, stuff, and they were not attributed. A lot of them were non-commercial tagged in the licensing for them, and it's kind of like the guy's manufacturing them to sell them in the store that his wife is working in. I don't necessarily agree with that.
Well, there's this thing that I think it was made by Fix'em Dude. It's the for sale, home for sale with the business cards. Like anyone has business cards anymore, but it's a cool little design. And I saw someone on my Facebook feed. I saw it, and they're selling it. And of course, I knew that design because I saw it on Twitter, and he made it, right? So I'm like, this is not. It said you're infringing on this license. So me knowing that, but if someone came to me with a design, this is the rebuttal, Rob, is that I can't look up everything, right? I do not know. I mean, it took me forever to find one. There was a print on an SD card. I wanted to find it online somewhere. I couldn't find the original. So
Like
there's times that you could hunt and peck for it, and then what? You just give up and say, okay, I'm going to still print it, right? So
Like
that's where you can only do so much research to see if that model exists.
Like this mushrooms, what I made tons of them. I mean, tons of them.
I just grow my own.
But I have the commercial license for it, and the 4 other ones, and I only have to mention its name, 3D Prints. So if you want to have the model, you have to go over to his on printables. He's on there too, and you find his mushroom there, but you have to ask him if you get commercial license. Also, there's several other ones what are commercial free, so you can print as many as you want from him. So, but you have to look around and each item what you have before you sell.
I don't know, Matt. I just look under cow manure for that.
Yeah. That's what I do. Commonwealth. That's what I do. That's what I'm saying. To do.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there in the world that aren't on social media that often, that are not watching all these videos. They might get on Etsy or somewhere, or maybe Thingiverse, they just get in 3D printing, and somebody posted a pirated model, or they bought it off Etsy, a file, and they don't know where it came from. They don't know they're doing anything wrong, and they print it. So they're completely blind to the fact that this might belong to somebody else because they bought it from this store on Etsy and they don't know any better. So that happens too.
So Jerry, you know that the Aztec Star Wars calendar?
Yeah.
Everyone was doing. You know that laser.
Yeah, the LA hobby guy Rich told me he designed that years ago, but I don't know if he'd done one
Nope,
similar.
it was done by someone else, and because remember that one guy that because I was in the make zine with it, and that one.
Oh
guy,
yeah, I remember that. And he was,
I said, and that my thumbnail and everything gave credit to this guy, right? Yeah. And I said in my description, do not buy it from anyone because this guy made it and it was not meant for distribution. But he said if someone does at least use it to give him credit. So I mean that guy was a total troll piece of work. That was
I remember that.
So
like I say, anything I do sell on Etsy, and I only sell 1 or 2 things a year, if that. And I'm not cheap on what I do sell that's been painted, but I always give credit to where it came from. So
like these you can't get online. I'm the only one who has the STL file because I'm the one who created those. You know,
I had one thing on Etsy I was selling last year, and I don't remember when it was, but the designer seen it and he messaged me and he was screaming at me basically in a chat that I never gave him credit for the work I was selling on Etsy. And I said, yes, I did. Your name is in the first line. Well, he was on his cell phone and for some reason he couldn't see it. I said, go on your PC and look at the ad. I did give you credit, and I do everybody. That's the number one thing I do in all my posts is give credit where it came from so that we don't have this problem. And he didn't realize that, and he's automatically going nuts over it.
Yeah, I'm mainly finding this in Reddit, of course. But...
Reddit is just a toxic hole. I don't go on there anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I haven't been on it in years, and I made a comment, you get downvoted on your rating system. I'm like, really? You know, because I didn't agree with someone. And then everyone just attacks you. It's like, it's just a cesspool of hate. So I don't even bother.
Makes sense.
Michael Kars barbs. I never heard of them, but I finally got, hopefully after my Murph fiasco with the wireless system that I just started to use that didn't work that great. I got this, so we'll see. So we'll see how well this works.
At Earth, you're going to test it there.
No, I said Murph. Yeah, the Murph. So I use this system.
Yeah, I heard you saying Murph, but are you going to use it on Earth?
Yeah. So I had this system that I used. It works great in the house.
What caused your audio to screw up when you taped that? You had a mic right there.
There is a lot of interference in that building.
Oh wow!
All the frequencies it's a frequency hell pot. Okay, so when I put my Death Racer on the ground, Jason was there, and we put it down, and it was all mixed from the last time it ran at Earth, the yellow one. Mm-hmm. Controllers, nothing has changed. All I did was plug in the batteries, right? And it was all going berserk. I said, you know what, just leave it. And I said, chances are, because I remember the year before, things inside the building just was horrible. So that Boron thing that came out, they couldn't get to work in the building at all. And then I think Sam mentioned bring it outside, and it worked fine.
So have a wired mic or tape from a cell phone and don't have anything wireless like a mic or nothing.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's not a bad system at all. You know, I mean, it has like the, SD functionality to record right to it. But it just did not work well there at all. And it didn't say that, it has a pitch meter on it. And it didn't say that it was peaking at all. But you heard, there was interviews I couldn't even use because it was that bad.
Yeah, you get home and you check it, you start banging your head on the desk. So you went through all that in the audio.
Sam was sitting right behind me over there. He's like, dude, that audio is horrible. I said, I know. Yeah. It was the worst. I spent 3 days trying to get it to the best I could, and that was the best I could get a lot of it. So, I forget who it was, but one person had a lot of pictures. They done a voiceover, and that went smooth because they filmed everything, and they just let the picture run while they talked. And, of course, they'd stretch the picture out to match their audio. But, yeah, if you just used your phone or something, just the mic on the phone, it was better, but it still had that muffled sound. As Digital Dragon said, the 2.4 gigahertz was just saturated in there. I mean, and then everything was broadcasting on it.
This is funny.
There you go.
Yeah, but Crowley was in the building. They were walking around.
Yeah, it was. I was pretty disappointed when I brought home or I started downloading everything. And I was like, oh, I couldn't even. I could not use like which one was it? Micro Swiss. It was that bad that I couldn't use it. And there were one. Because I said, keep it right here, on the chest high, because I'll talk to them first where to put the mic, because it was from previous experience, right? And it was just awful.
Yeah, I seen that one guy had walked in front and you kind of looked at him like, dude, I'm filming. And then next person you put your crutch out like,
oh,
well,
I saw my eyes wander a lot. And that was to do the crutch thing. And my wife that was filming was doing this.
Yeah.
So the TH3D was like the best one. I had to keep some of it in because it was like, you would see me put out the crutch. I would zoom back out, and people would still. One guy walked in front of Tim twice. So.
Can't hear you. You're muted. Kenny, can't hear you.
Who's muted?
I don't know.
He said earlier his battery died in his headset.
Do you have a whiteboard and a Sharpie? You can write things up and hold it up. Yeah.
You can write it in private chat.
Kenny never talks.
But it was kind of cool with Tim because it was like, that interview took about a half hour because it was so many people just walking in front of us. So, and then I couldn't believe how many I got in such a short period.
Oh, I was getting ready to say something about this, and I'm thinking, wow, that sounds familiar. But read this comment.
Yeah, sort of had someone set up a camera and to record my wedding, and then I found out they forgot to turn on the mic. Oh,
yes, they did. He's sitting right here in front of you.
Yep. Yeah. So the next time at Earth, I'm gonna give the wife real nice headphones to plug into this set, and so she'll be able to change the metering on it on the fly and check for a peak. But hopefully, the one that Sam used is real nice. It's a Rode. No, it was a DJI. So, and he brought it when he said, "Oh, this is." Before we left, he's like, "Oh, I got this." I said, "Oh, I got this." He's like, "She found it on the web." Thank you, Siri. Spying on me.
How did the DJI work?
Kenny's giving you the finger, but
Go
no,
ahead,
it's no, it's not working, Kenny. His sounded really good because he was sitting next to us when he did the Offset Maker Lab interview, and they both had it on. It sounded really nice and crisp.
Yeah, Kenny, on your side in StreamYard, there should be somewhere where you can check your mic. You can pick a source and hit test in the background. I'm not sure.
Bottom.
Yeah, I'm not on your guys' end very often. I'm always streaming, but
there you go.
Okay.
Yay, he's back.
Go ahead, Kimmy. Go ahead.
All right. So, tripod, when you were talking about that device you were having problems with, because I missed part of it, was that the YouTube videos where you're doing the 5 list?
Yep.
Because I saw your list of the 5.
Yeah, it was the 5 great things. Yeah. So as I did a warning it, I'm like, listen, the audio sucks. So do with what you will with it. When you spend that much time going around and you owe the video to PCB Way for help sponsoring part of the trip, you got to get it out. So
Coco Press, I think, had the best one. What was it? You can eat your failed prints or something.
Yeah. I like, she did it. And I look at, okay. I was, and I think the second shortest was Shane, Outer Stager then. So, because I wanted to get Jen, the wife, was getting used to doing the B-roll. She's like, I want you to go in and do, go over their table. It's like, why? I said, because as they're talking, I insert that, if possible, if they have anything, as they're talking. You can't eat failed prints.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was because I would approach them, and sometimes I didn't get the interview right away because I told them what it was. Like I had to go back to like Creality because Henry had to translate to them. So
none of them spoke English.
I
with
actually
Creality?
came back like a half hour later to Creality.
None of them spoke English with Creality or broken English, or
well, that's why they had Henry Kim there.
Okay. Yeah, I know Henry. Okay, I know Henry.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's just as awesome in person as online. So, he kept on telling me I was going to win that Falcon 20 watt, or and I'm like, no. And then that clock that David Wilson gifted me won it, and so I sent it to David Wilson. Mm-hmm. It's not mine. I didn't print it. I'm not going to accept the prize. I told them that. So because they're like, oh, you're going to do a review on it? I said, no, it's not my laser. They're like, what do you mean? So I had to tell them who made the clock that won. And I said, no, that was gifted to me. So I am not accepting. I'm accepting the prize for someone else. If they choose not to accept that prize, then I'll probably still donate to someone else. I mean, it's something that I didn't win for every creation that or printed. So I felt like it was a Matt German there that I was like knew that I was going to win something. It was a crowd that cheered for it. That's how it was won. It wasn't crowd had nothing to do with it. So.
Yeah, Bog's saying, why are you filming me?
I get my name.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a comment in chat right here.
You can't Taco Bell.
There's someone coming by in about 20 minutes to take some equipment off my hands here.
Cool.
So old resin printer right there that Jerry was part of my stream for that I haven't used since then. And probably I'll give him a laser as well.
I didn't get a bundle.
You didn't get what?
I didn't get a bundle.
A bundle of what?
Well, it sounds like you're going to give two things away. I should went over to his house.
Yeah,
he lives far away though.
Yeah, you can go over to Jerry's house. He'll give you some stuff. If you lived in the northwest suburbs of Chicago, I give away stuff. So.
I'm just teasing him.
Yeah.
My closest 3D printing guy is Zach. I think that if I showed up, he may get me a beer, but that'd be about it.
You mean me or Zach?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, not you, Zach. Zach.
Yeah.
Pardon my French. Yeah.
I think nobody is living close by. Maybe Tripod is the closest by at this moment.
No, I'm the closest to you.
Zachary. Where are you
England.
then? England. Why am I always thinking that you are from the US?
I know. I should live that, don't I?
The Falcon 2 seems like
America, be ready. Here come.
You guys already came here.
You saw coming to America 1. You saw America coming 2. You see America coming 3.
I was disappointed in that movie.
I'm going to the US September.
Oh, we're gonna see you at Earth.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I gotta learn how to run away from you. If you could catch me.
I don't want to make bad jokes.
You're like, man, Tripod's actually pretty fast.
Yeah, Kenny, I forgot to give you one of my stickers. It's like my banner. I don't have any new stickers made like my new banner, but I do have a lot of them like the sign on the wall, and I did forget to give you one because Kenny came up this morning and he bought a resin printer from me.
Yeah, I'll wait because I like your new logo.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice, fun logo. He did a great job on that.
Yeah, about a few weeks after he did it, I had him go in and make some changes because I didn't really like the cursive writing, and I had him change a few things on it, but it came out great.
So who came up with the idea of your character? Boy, I can say this word. Characterization of you.
I sent Nick some pictures of myself, and I told him that I'm interested maybe some giant 3D HP letters where I'm behind it with my hands up on top of the sign, looking at everybody, and that's all I told him. And I live in Vegas, So he came up with this idea,
It's the
and
biggest sign up.
I said, yeah, I like that, but maybe change this. He originally had my mouth with a goatee looking like a clown, which I am kind of a clown, but I don't want to have a picture like that. So I didn't change the goatee on the face, make it shorter than so big. And yeah, he's done a great job on it. Nick Harbour did it. He lives in the UK. He's done work for Tripod, Sam Prentice, and a lot of other great makers.
I also want to have a different logo, but yeah, maybe I should check him out.
Yeah. Yeah, my logo was reasonable. He's real busy, man. It took him a while to get around to it.
Yeah, he's gotten. When I got my logo done, he wasn't nearly as popular as he is now. So it was he got, he was on top of it a lot more. Now, I don't know how fast he's putting out designs. So, but he's still.
You guys copywriting them?
No, I never have. I've never copyrighted anything that I've done. So if somebody wanted to steal a 3D HP from me, they could. I don't know how to go about copywriting it reasonably.
Now, Kit Skyfire, I'm not going to think of it anymore as Jerry. Now is Mr. Queen.
It's Mr.
Queen?
Yeah, you're now Mr. Clean. Now I'm never going to forget that now. Every time I see you now, Jerry, you're going to be Mr. Clean.
How does the song go? Now I got the song in my head.
Yeah, white goatee.
It's a commercial.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's a cleaning thing.
I'm thinking about for this review, it's going to be totally different style than what I usually do. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet or not. So we'll see.
1 second.
Yeah, hear that 59. Hear that? Oh, when you got up, it gets worse when you get older. I'm 6 years ahead of him.
Yeah. I'm surprised my only leg hasn't given up after 35 plus years.
How old are you?
55?
Sorry, Pot?
Huh?
How old are you?
49.
49.
So it's been that long?
Yeah. I lost it. I haven't been able to find it since when I was 15.
So what was the accident?
The accident was a sarcoma cancer in the knee.
Ooh. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
So no Corvette off the side of the road.
In a bear trap, and he had to gnaw off his own leg.
Yeah, that's why I said that. There's a finder's fee, but you'll never find it. It's been incinerated somewhere, or just thrown away in a landfill.
Back in the 80s, for a short time, I worked for an infirmary in Orange County. I was at the Newport Beach Hospital. I picked up this box, and it said limb. Because basically we dealt with hospital waste, and we had, where we burned everything. And I remember that. I could smell the formaldehyde.
Oh,
I was trying to find a white T-shirt so I'd look like Mr. Clean, but I couldn't find one. So.
I remember getting weighed before surgery. Okay, and the day after the amputation, they were trying to get me out of bed. Right? They said, "Well, you need to try to get out of bed." And I'm like, I'm in shock. I could literally not move my lower part of my body. I said, "Why?" Well, we just wanted you to get on the scale. And I said, "Okay, you have my weight from before surgery."
Nikita.
Yeah. I said, "You have the amputated leg. I haven't eaten or drinking anything since. Weigh the leg, subtract it, and there's my weight."
Yeah.
They didn't know whether to laugh or not. And I had a smile on my face. After, I'm like, listen, I'm not getting out of bed until I can move my lower body. And then I'll weigh myself. So
no remission after that?
Yeah, I was in remission for 20 years, and then I got colon cancer when I was 40. So, and then my brother got colon cancer as well. And I found out when he was in hospice.
That's one thing I'm glad that doesn't not run in my family.
Yeah,
I lost too many friends.
Yeah.
Dark Jester, he can't wear a leg because it was cut off too close to his groin.
it's if you, it just sucks having something pinch your testicles. So I'll be bluntly honest with you.
Has technology advanced in any way where something could be that could, would it still be impossible, or you
I
think one of
just
these
don't
days they
care.
might come up with something where you might be able to wear a leg?
Just grow in a petri dish for me and just surgically
Yeah.
attach it. Okay, so that's where I'm at with it nowadays.
Why can't you do a Lieutenant Dan?
What's that?
Why can't you do a Lieutenant Dan?
Yeah, because there's not much limb left to control a
Okay.
leg. So
Sorry.
So Sam, when he visited, he was like, "Oh, he wants to go to Six Flags." So okay, no problem. Been there half a dozen times since I've, my leg was amputated. I know which rides I'm comfortable with. I couldn't go on any. They changed it where I couldn't go on literally any rides. So
Yeah, I saw I think Twitter post. That
yeah,
you
I did a
posted then?
TikTok, and then you got the a-holes out there. It's like, Google is your friend. I'm like, no, I had prior history that I rode on these rides. I already said that. So why should I have to Google it? And it's so deep in their website for this, and it's still nondescript. It says, okay, you can have one leg, but you have to have at least two appendages to hold on. But then it doesn't say that the missing leg has to be, you have to have a knee still. Then it's not a missing leg. It's a missing calf or ankle. So
You're right.
Well, yeah.
I'm not going to share.
There's too much money in maintenance. Then think about if there was a cure for cancer, how many doctors will be out of a job?
There'll never be a cure because they bring in billions of dollars every year.
Exactly.
So get this, I Ubered on the weekends for 7 years, right? They would have an oncology convention at McCormick Place. And I'm sure they talk like I'm not there, right, in the car. They don't know who I am, my history or something. And I get this guy, sales guy, and all he is talking about hooking up with, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, blah, 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 all these companies to, for money for cancer. And that's all I heard him talk about. And I'm sitting just like burning up. I almost wanted to throw him out of the car because that's how they see it as money. They don't see it as people dying from it. And it's more about the one company that does the cure will make trillions, right? Just like the so-called vaccine that we went through 3 years ago, right? 2 years ago. They will make a ton of money, and then everyone will be out of a job. So, you think that's going to happen?
Wouldn't that be?
And probably be a hit on them too.
No. That's just me. But, I'm into some conspiracy theories, but that's the one I hold on to.
And I don't blame you.
Yeah, my wife works in medical, and I totally agree with you.
So, especially
America, medical is mainly about money. I mean, in Europe we have the NHS here in England.
Everybody's about money.
Krankenkasse, and it's all basically literally free, except your dental. But even if you unemployed, you get free dental then. And we don't have the 6 months limit what you have in America. If you lose your job, working there for 10 years, you have only 6 months time to find a new job before the government stop paying your benefits in America. Yeah. And here in England, if you can't find a job what suits you, they keep supporting you, but they still pressure you to come in every week to make sure that you look at some jobs, So
yeah, our health insurance is every month you have to pay it, and it's not connected to any job that you are doing. So
I thank God for the VA.
I'm glad that you guys are getting treated better. So, but
I wish it would be for everyone. Everybody should have everybody should have medical treatment for free.
And I totally agree.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. But if I waited, so during my last cancer stint, if I was on socialized medicine, I would think that my risk would be a lot higher, because I got from my colonoscopy that I asked to get. Otherwise, I was never going to get it. I had to force them to give it to me because I was not in the age category, right? From the time that I got analyzed.
I've had one before, and no one ever bought me breakfast when they were done.
Yeah. From the time they spotted it to surgery and out the door was a week.
Wow.
So it's, when I would drive other people from like Canada and stuff, they said they're like a mother. It depends on which part of Canada, I guess. It depends on. So she was what province she was saying, but her province, her mother has got cancer. She's been waiting for 2 months. So that's what scares me about socialized medicine. Sure, I'm tens of thousands in debt, but I'm still alive.
I have the opposite experience with my Lyme and Rocky Mountain spotted fever. Is when I was at IRF, I was just starting to have the symptoms. And I got diagnosed after Christmas. And Rocky Mountain spotted fever can start being fatal after 7 days. So to give you the time frame, from late October until Christmas, I was on borrowed time. And I was calling I live in the middle of nowhere. My options are very limited. My wife works in the ER in the hospital. And that's actually where I ended up going eventually.
You were bit by a tick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was the tick still on you? Since like on a dog, they hang on and get bigger and bigger and keep sucking?
Never even saw the tick.
Wow.
I have a permanent scar welt on my leg from where it bit me. But never saw the tick. Because it kind of got like black and flaky where it bit me.
Yeah.
But that was really my only sign, was just that I had a weird scab on my leg. But I was calling and calling and calling, and the doctor's office, and they weren't picking up the phone because they're having phone problems. And they were my primary care provider, and there's a 6-month waiting list to get another primary care provider here where I live. And I'm like coming in and like making appointments, and at this point I'm sleeping 12 to 16 hours a day. Don't have the energy to do much. Still trying to keep my business that I own going, so I can keep food on the table. All this is going on, and they'll like call me up and go, "Oh, so and so got COVID, or we're too busy today. We got to reschedule. You call us back." And their phones weren't working. They wouldn't answer the phones. I'd call their headquarters for Riverside, which is the district that they're in, and they're like, "Oh, well, you should be able to call them." I'm like, "I'll wait on the line. You call them." And they did, and they couldn't get through. Well, just do it on my chart, do it through the online system. They had the wrong social security number for me down. They were mistranscribed it by 1 digit. So I couldn't get on there. And eventually I was just like, I'm done. I'm just going to die. It was basically what I told my wife, because I don't have the energy to keep this fight up. So she got me in the car, and she drove down there, and we sat there, and we said, we're not going to leave until you take care of this, until you fix this.
Who's making this noise?
I don't know if like somebody's breathing hard in the mic, but I don't see nobody breathing into a mic.
I know.
I thought it was you, Matt, and you're off camera. We thought you passed out on the floor or something.
Is your dog sleeping?
Let me check.
Now I'll mute mine. Of course, he mutes his right when I mute mine.
I don't hear
Matt,
it.
unmute Matt.
I don't hear it.
I hear it now.
I think it's actually you, Rob, believe it or not.
It's me?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
No, it's still there.
Anyways,
How about Al?
Is it you, Kenny?
I think Kit has everyone has different experiences, especially and I was scheduling my own doctor's appointments for chemotherapy at 16. because my mother was also had cancer at the same time that I did when I was 16. So she couldn't. She's like, here it is. You have to do yours because we're both going through chemo at the same time. And back then, we would compare our chemo bills, and that's when insurance was really good back then. But it was still costly. We're talking about one visit from me being in a hospital for anywhere between 5 to 7 days, depends when they started injecting me with the chemo. Anyway, it'd be about $200,000.
Wow.
And it was ridiculous. This was also experimental stuff that I was on, and it was like 5 different vials hooked up to me at the same time. I'm talking about watching a slow drip. Wow, it was like that's all you saw was a drip.
I got some iron injections one time at a place where they treat people with chemo, and it was so painful I was screaming. They had to turn down the dosage. It was going in me too fast, and it just burned. It would hurt bad.
Well, they had to, yeah. So what they did was, this was the part I hated the most about going through my treatments is that the chemo was so toxic that they would switch sides. So a portacath had to be put in me, and then for that treatment removed before I left, and then for my next treatment the next month they'll put it on the other side. So they had to alternate because otherwise my arteries would collapse. It would literally disintegrate. So that's the type of stuff that's being injected into you. I still have like a redness 30 years later on my chest from it.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So,
the meat suits we drive around are so delicate.
2019, I was off the internet for like 6 or 8 months because I almost died. I was bleeding really bad and coming out the back door, and I wouldn't go to the hospital. I thought I'll get better because Jerry Knapp knows everything. And I got so sick, I actually collapsed. I had a white out. Went to the hospital, and I almost died. And I wound up having to have a lot of my intestines removed and wear a bag for 6 months. And people that have known me for a long time know that. But it is horrible having to wear a bag on your stomach. It was horrible.
A colostomy bag?
Yeah.
Yeah,
bag, I know.
And one time you go to Walmart grocery store, you get out of your truck, you're walking towards the front door, you look down and your shirt is covered in whatever was in that bag.
Oh, man.
Really very embarrassing. So you turn around, get back in the truck, go home, clean up, take a shower, start over.
Look at the bright side, Jerry. You didn't have to use that much toilet paper.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry, but I have to make light of certain things. So.
And by the way, if that happens again, get a bidet.
Yeah, I was cleaning that years ago in construction, a bidet in one of the penthouses, and they're doing construction room, and I'm cleaning it all up, and I accidentally bumped the water on, blasting me right in the face.
Let's see how far this visitor is at. Yeah, he shared his location. Let's see where he's at.
Well, hey, Jerry, I think.
Oh, holy crap! He's down the street.
Say again, Rob.
I think I'm going to hop out here, to be honest. My son is in the other room. He's being very patient, but he's used up all his gaming screen time
I'll be right back. Nice seeing you, Rob. I'll be right back.
Thank you, Rob. You have an awesome day. Thank you, sir. Well, I'm going to do a raid here in a minute, but thank you for coming in. Don't be a stranger. I'm here every Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific.
All right, since you're leaving, I'm going to take off. Nice seeing you.
Get better. Take care, Tripod.
Keep in touch.
Have a great day. Yeah, fill off that thing on that you won.
Yeah. I'll go through my emails or text or whatever you sent me. So.
Yeah, Proof Cement Filament. That code is great filament. Proof has great filament.
Oh.
Take care, you guys. I think I'm going to do a raid. Everybody on Twitch that's watching. Let's see. Who can we raid? I think Kale Strucker, Maker Deck, Bawana, Chris Grillo, Charity Makers. Kale Strucker is German. He has a German maker channel. He's currently got 91 people watching. I've been raiding Maker Deck the last couple weeks. So I'm going to raid into Kale Strucker. For all those watching on Twitch. And I will be back next Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. We're starting the raid now for those watching on Twitch. Rating in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Bye, everyone.
Here we go. Rating now on Twitch. Take care, everybody. And everybody watching on YouTube, I thank you very much for coming. I've been on for 3 hours, 4 minutes. Everybody have an awesome day. And remember, Lasers Makers Realm in 2 hours. I'll be on there with Rich, Patrick, and Steve. They'll all be in the back room, but they'll pull me up on screen. So we're doing some stuff. So check that out on YouTube. I'd really appreciate it. Everybody have an awesome day.